MyGhost-Writer presents Eternal Orbits, Table of Contents. Chapter 1, Awakening in the Aetherion. Chapter 2, The Meeting of Order and Chaos. Chapter 3, Amongst Shadows in the Nyxari Abyss. Chapter 4, The Signal's Echo. Chapter 5, A Scholar's Insight. Chapter 6, Untitled. Chapter 7, Empath of the Expanse. Chapter 8, Nebulae's Illusions. Chapter 9, Dark Tides in Nyxari. Chapter 10, Forces in Collision. Chapter 11, Chapter 12, Galactic Politics. Chapter 13, Crossing the Echoing Veil. Chapter 14, Reflections of Order. Chapter 15, Threads of Chaos. Chapter 16, The Meridian's Bargain. Chapter 17, True Treasures Unveiled. Chapter 18, Empathy's Pathway. Chapter 19, The Signal's Summit. Chapter 20, Forging Alliances. Chapter 21, Resonance of Blades. Chapter 22, Dreams of a Guardian. Chapter 23, The Celestial Nexus. Chapter 24, Shattering the Shardworlds. Chapter 25, Invocation of Balance. Chapter 26, An Arrival in Eternity. Chapter 27, Twilight of the Titans. Chapter 28, An Era Unfolded. Chapter 1. Chapter 1, Awakening in the Aetherion. The Arcani's Shardworlds lay in silent splendor, a tapestry of fragmented landscapes suspended between realms. This was a place where the boundaries of reality thinned, allowing glimpses of the cosmos's hidden architectures and the great forces that wove them together. MGY, a noble guardian forged in the heart of stars and entwined with the essence of the ether, now stood sentinel amidst a serene chaos of floating islets and luminous nebula. MGY's form seemed to shimmer with an internal light, reflecting the wisdom and strength bestowed upon them through eons of vigilance. Their presence, while timeless, had grown dormant, lulled into a state of quietude by the enduring dance of order and chaos. Yet within the halls of eternity, slumber is rarely without end. A cryptic signal pulsed through the fabric of the Arcanis, a resonant hum that wove itself into the tapestry of the cosmos. It was not a sound heard with ears, but a vibration felt within the very fibers of existence. MGWI felt it in their core, awakening memories buried deep within the collective essence of their being. A duty as old as the stars called out, a call that brooked no delay. MGY opened their eyes to the infinite stretch of the Aetherion, each shattered world a fragment of possibility. The pulse of the signal, ancient and insistent, wove through their consciousness, igniting a spark of purpose that had lain dormant for far too long. The Shardworlds, with their ethereal beauty and enigmatic horizons, became a map for MGY's emerging quest, a path to restore balance to a universe on the brink of cosmic upheaval. The entities of the Arcanis Shardworlds, aware of the signal's awakening, stirred in tandem. Sentient winds whispered amongst the skies, carrying tales of MGY's journey across the realms. The flora, luminescent and alive with hidden wisdom, bloomed in patterns that hinted at the threads of destiny woven through every atom of the universe. It was as though the Shardworlds themselves acknowledged the gravity of MGW's renewed purpose. As the Guardian prepared to embark on their path, they recalled the ancient teachings that had guided their kind. Balance was not merely the absence of conflict, it was the delicate integration of opposing forces. Order and chaos, eternally at odds yet invariably intertwined, demanded a stewardship beyond the simple scales of justice. MGWI's role was not to tip the balance towards either extreme, but to ensure the enduring coexistence of both, a task fraught with challenges and revelations. With a resolute gaze, MGY set forth across the fractured expanse, each step a reverberation of ancient legacy. The shimmer of their armor caught the light from distant stars, turning them into a beacon moving purposefully through the void. They headed towards the Solaris Citadel, where the architect of order, Solandis, resided, preparing to harness the energies of the mysterious signal. This first destination would mark the beginning of a journey filled with trials, alliances, and the profound realization that the universe's duality was a dance in which every being had a role to play. As the Aetherion unfurled before them, MGWI felt the scope of their undertaking settle upon their shoulders with a familiar weight. Yet beneath it lay strength, not just of their own, but the strength of those they had protected and those they would come to guard. In the unending cycle of creation and destruction, MGWI stepped into the flow, their heart beating in time with the unceasing pulse of the cosmos, resonating with the first notes of the eternal symphony. Chapter 2, The Meeting of Order and Chaos. A sea of radiant starlight enveloped the Vorakian starfields, casting ethereal luminescence upon MGY as they journeyed toward the Solaris Citadel. The starfields were a celestial masterpiece, vast swathes of cosmic jewel tones spread across the universe's tapestry, hinting at secrets both ancient and yet to be revealed. MGY's path cut through the vibrant expanse, the iridescence of their armor blending with the colors of the cosmos. In this realm, MGY felt the pull of opposing energies more acutely than ever, a perennial ebb and flow that mirrored the trials they were about to face. The Vorakian starfields were known not only for their beauty, but for the precarious balance between the forces of order and chaos. Here stars sang stories of past battles and peace, resonating with the frequency of celestial wisdom. Approaching the Solaris Citadel, MGWI perceived its magnificent structure, a lattice of luminescent bridges and towers that rose like spiraling pillars from a central hub. The Citadel stood as a bastion of order amidst the swirling chaos of the cosmos, housing the architect Solandis, whose wisdom and insight formed the bedrock of the universe's structured realms. The pulse of the enigmatic signal grew stronger as MGOI drew nearer, its resonance intertwining with the architectural symphony of the Citadel. MGY crossed the threshold, passing through arches adorned with spectral light, feeling the harmonies of endless order cascade down their core. Solandis awaited them in the Great Hall, a space filled with shifting light and resonant echoes that seemed to capture the essence of time itself. His presence was formidable, a testament to millennia of stewardship and a living embodiment of cosmic order. Solandis' form was translucent yet solid, a paradox of unyielding laws and gentle governance. MGW, Solandis intoned, his voice a harmonious blend of clarity and authority. You have sensed the alteration. This signal, born in the depths of space, has awakened bearings long at rest. Many factions perceive it as both a tool and a threat. It is our duty to ensure it does not disrupt the equilibrium we guard. MGY nodded, the magnitude of their task clarifying as Solandis' words resonated within them. The balance must be maintained, MGY affirmed, their voice infused with the luminescence of conviction. Solandis traced patterns into the luminescent air, revealing shifting images, a tapestry of cosmic elements, precariously poised between illumination and shadow. The forces of chaos, led by the unknowable Nyxia, will not sit idle. They seek to harness the signal for their own ends, a prospect that could unravel the threads of our very existence. MGY watched as the images shifted, showing the lurking forms of the Voidborn and the shadows cast by their dark ascendancy. The conflict was a symphony of sharp contrasts, a testament to the unending struggle between creation and destruction. Go to them, MGY, Solandis urged. Seek to understand their designs, but also remind them of the necessity for cosmic accord. Our path may not lie in confrontation, but in persuasion. In this search, allies may arise where least expected. MGY absorbed Solandis' wisdom, understanding that their mission was more than a series of solitary battles. It was the weaving of disparate threads into a coherent whole. Solandis gestured toward a chart of the cosmos, aligning it with MGY's internal compass, a guide to where order needed them most. Departing the Solaris Citadel, MGY felt the burdens of their duty settle, their resolve unyielding yet empathic. The path ahead was fraught with uncertainties and unforeseen challenges. Every step they took resonated with the pulse of the signal, a soundless echo demanding balance amidst the cosmic dance. As MGY journeyed towards the depths of the Nyxari abyss, thoughts of the Voidborn and their enigmatic leader Nyxia shadowed their step. MGY's task was not just to mediate an age-old conflict, but to carve out a path of understanding amidst a universe defined by its contradictions. The cosmos awaited, extending its infinite tapestry before MGY, each star a beacon, each nebula a boundary in the journey that was now theirs to undertake. With the light of the Citadel behind and the vast, star-specked horizons stretching onward, MGY felt the currents of fate guiding them toward destiny, a meeting of order and chaos. Chapter 3, Amongst Shadows in the Nyxari Abyss. Beyond the glittering starfields of Vorakian, where light took on an ethereal life of its own, MGY entered the realm of shadows known as the Nyxari Abyss. Here, the universe's fabric twisted upon itself in dark spirals, creating an expanse where the energies of chaos brewed and fluxed with unfathomable intensity. Each step deeper into the abyss was akin to peeling back layers of vibrant cosmos to reveal the raw, untamed heart of everything, the very essence that infused the Voidborn with purpose. MGDOE felt the oppressive weight of the encroaching void embrace them, the pervasive darkness punctuated by flashes of distant luminescence. This alien landscape was where the shadows themselves whispered secrets, secrets that could, if unshackled, alter the balance that they had pledged to protect. Through this tenebrous realm, MGY moved with cautious grace. They knew their destination lay deeper, where Kale Zypher, the indomitable Voidborn commander, would be waiting, a formidable entity who embodied the untamed might of chaos itself. The whispers of the Nyxari abyss, though terrifying, held a strange allure. They carved images in MGY's mind of possibilities, of worlds molded not by constraint, but through the chaotic brushstrokes of raw potential. As MGY approached the heart of the abyss, the silhouette of an imposing structure emerged through the shrouded mists, the Sanctum of Shadows. This was not merely a fortress of darkness, but a crucible where chaos reigned supreme yet enthralling, a reflection of the enigmatic cosmos where MGY now treaded. Beneath its staggering arches of obsidian, Kael'Zaphyr awaited. The room pulsated with a shifting blackness, alive with phantom reflections cast by unseen fires. At the center, Kael'Zaphyr stood, a figure hewn from the starless abyss, his form fluid like liquid night, but delineated by flickers of untamed energy. Eyes like twin singularities met MGY's gaze, and for a moment an eternity seemed cradled in their depth. "Guardian MGY," Kael'Zaphyr intoned, his voice an echo that thrummed with hidden might. "You come bearing the weight of stars, seeking to align realms that defy convergence." MGY inclined their head, the sigils on their armor pulsing rhythmically in acknowledgement. "We strive not to diminish chaos, but to understand it, to bring about a harmony that respects all facets of the cosmos." A low chuckle reverberated from Kael'Zaphyr, resonating with the depths of the abyss. Harmony, in a world of contrasts. The signal's call has stirred the depths, dictating a chorus we shall not be bound by. But tell me, Guardian, have you not felt its whisper? That doubt it sows, is it fear or a realization of truths you refuse to embrace? The darkness stilled around them, and in this pause, MGWA felt the creeping tendrils of doubt. What if chaos was not merely an adversary to be countered, but an element of growth yet unrealized? Was the signal a mere tool for resolution, or a harbinger of potential yet untapped? Meditate on this, Kael'Zaphyr continued. Order and chaos are but two melodies intertwining. Divorce yourself from bias, and perhaps a greater symphony will emerge. MGWA stood in silence, absorbing the resonance of these words. The Sanctum of Shadows seemed to lap at their thoughts, coursing through visions of the cosmos unfettered by preconceived notions. Each vision was a universe in flux, both harmonious and tumultuous, challenging their understanding of balance. "You speak as though there exists a path through which all voices might sing in accord," MGY replied, their own voice a blend of conviction laced with contemplation. Kael'Zaphyr's reply was a smile, a flickering crest on an ocean of darkness. "Perhaps. But chaos will choose its vessel, not out of malice but creation. Journey on, Guardian, and let the abyss unveil what it will." With these parting thoughts, MGY turned to leave the sanctum, their mind awhirl with reflections kindled by the encounter. Yet, as they departed, a seed of understanding had been sown, one that dared to challenge their former perceptions of opposition. Emerging into the Nyxari abyss once more, MGY began the next phase of their journey. The void around them hummed quietly, disguising the ethos that thrived within. As they traversed the planetary fragments strewn throughout, the shadows morphed into new possibilities, each accompanied by the persistent pulse of the signal that now seemed a companion rather than a mere summons. In this place of darkness, MGY walked the line between worlds, with greater awareness of the harmony born from the collision of disparate forces. As they delved deeper into their mission, MGWI resolved to neither resist nor succumb, but to embrace the emergence of a new cosmic order. In doing so, they carried with them the essence of both order and chaos, a path blazed in shadows and light, an eternal orbit yet to be defined. Chapter 4, The Signal's Echo. The Meridian belt unfurled before MGY as a kaleidoscope of swirling energies and vibrant life forms. This region of the Aetherion was a bustling hub of activity, a meeting point for traders, wanderers, and adventurers from across the cosmos. Its immense gravitational pull not only held a multitude of celestial bodies in its sway, but also tied together the destinies of countless beings. MGY traversed the bustling corridors of the Farson Bazaar, the heart of the Meridian belt. Here, beneath the cover of 1,000 different stars, a vast array of life coalesced. Neon signs flickered in alien scripts, casting psychedelic reflections on the throngs below. Voices from hundreds of races mingled in a discordant symphony that resonated through the market's multilingual song. As MGY moved through the crowd, their presence parted the swirling masses like a singularity breaching the fabric of space. Though the denizens of the bazaar rarely acknowledged any as significant, MGY's radiant aura demanded a quiet respect from all who crossed their path. Traders paused their haggling to catch a glimpse of the Guardian, whispers stirring about their purpose. MGY's focus was singular, the cryptic signal that had called them from dormancy, now intensifying their resolve. Whispers amongst the bazaar suggested this signal possessed a capability that both order and chaos eagerly sought, a linchpin in the unending struggle that might finally tip the scales. Yet, in this place of infinite possibilities, truth often wove itself within layers of deception. MGY approached a stall draped with shimmering fabrics that shifted colors with the light, the proprietor an elderly Nyxia whose eyes glowed with experience. Here was one who might see past the shadows of rhetoric to reveal the core of the secret. "Your reputation precedes you, Guardian," the Nyxia mused, his voice a rasp like stars scraping against the void. "You seek the source of the signal. Its reach is vast, its echo cast across time and consciousness alike." MGY inclined their head in acknowledgement, the ambient energy around them pulsating in resonance with their intent. "I have heard it spoken that the signal could disrupt the eternal conflict. Is it a tool of peace or a siren of chaos?" The Nyxia chuckled, a sound like dry leaves dancing across a desolate moon. "Peace and chaos united. The possibility that the signal presents scares and entices in equal measure. But do not mistake its nature. It will mold reality to its will, as much as reality molds it." MGY considered these words, recognizing the nuance in this truth. The signal was more than mere resonance. It was potential, capable of becoming what the cosmos required. "The key, perhaps," the Nyxia continued, "is aligning its echo with neither side alone, but with the harmony of the whole. A precarious dance of balance, to be swayed neither by order's rigidity nor chaos's seduction." This perspective resonated deeply within MGY, reaffirming their commitment to a path that embraced the synthesis of duality. Then that is the task that lies ahead, to wield the signal as a bridge between realms. The Nyxia nodded, his eyes alight with the shimmer of a secret well kept. Fate weaves its tapestry, but it is the hands of its weavers that guide the threads. Seek those of vision, scholars, creators, and adventurers. They will aid your purpose. MGY thanked the elder Nyxia and left the stall, the knowledge gained adding clarity to their mission. This encounter fortified MGY's resolve. The signal was not to be controlled but guided, its potential realized through the convergence of cosmic wisdom and daring hearts. As MGY rejoined the thrum of the bazaar, they sighted Eridan, a renowned astronomer known for the accuracy of his interpretations of the cosmos. His meticulous studies were key to understanding the interconnected nature of galaxies and forces. MGY moved towards where Selim bartered with another merchant over star maps shimmering with potential realities. Eridan turned at MGY's approach, his eyes reflective pools of charted skies. "MGY, the guardian of balance," he greeted, his voice steady as a quantum harmonic. "To what do I owe the honor of this meeting?" "The signal," MGY replied, their voice a harmonious blend of urgency and purpose. "I seek its meaning, and with it, the peace it might herald for the cosmos." Calum smiled thoughtfully, a gesture radiating the calm befitting one who had witnessed the universe's beauty and chaos. "The cosmos speaks through signals and signs, waiting to guide us to its heart through patterns only the wise can discern." With Selim's knowledge promising to illuminate hidden pathways, MGY's journey took on renewed focus. Amongst the chaos of the farce and bazaar, they began assembling a fellowship of truth-seekers and visionaries, those who would decipher the signal's language and guide its purpose, a convergence of strength and insight aimed at shaping the universe's destiny. Together, they would draw from the depths of starry seas and bask in the luminescence of revelations. As MGY and their newfound companion departed the marketplace, the signal's echo reverberated through their being, a call to action, a whisper of cosmic design that had only begun to unveil its full potential in the tapestry of eternal orbits. Chapter 5, A Scholar's Insight. High above the swirling pockets of the cosmos, the oraculum spire rose like an obsidian needle piercing the fabric of space itself. This ancient edifice, etched with runes aglow with cosmic wisdom, stood as a sanctuary for those who sought to unravel the mysteries woven into the universe. MGY and Calum Eridan ascended its spiral path, their path lit by the gentle luminescence of distant galaxies reflected in the spire's crystalline facets. The ascent to the pinnacle of the oraculum spire was a silent pact between intention and discovery. MGWI felt the presence of the structure's countless secrets, as if they whispered tales older than time into the winds that circled them. Here was a place of insight, where scholars from every corner of the Aetherion gathered, their collective expertise like a beacon positioned to part the veils of cosmic knowledge. As they reached the summit, MGA and Selim found themselves before a vast, multi-tiered observatory. At its Chapter 6 center, an expansive lens of celestial glass captured and magnified the light of innumerable stars, projecting their brilliance across the spire's grand chamber. Here, constellations danced upon the walls, a living map of the heavens designed to unveil the mysteries they were poised to explore. Calum moved with ease within the observatory, his familiarity with its sacred halls allowing him to perform his role with precision. With a gesture, he activated the oraculum's grand mechanisms, the intricate interplay of light and mirrors illuminating ancient scripts and star charts. The air hummed with energy, pregnant with the possibility of revelation. "Behold the cosmic weave," Calum murmured, sweeping his arm across the expanse of shifting constellations now cast upon the dome above. This is the tapestry into which the signal's echo threads itself, awaiting its full revelation. MGBY stepped forward, their gaze traversing the celestial map projected onto the chamber's walls. The stars twinkled in synchronized symphony, their astral dance echoing the cosmic balance that underpinned MGY's very purpose. The signal's resonance wove through this celestial tapestry, a subtle yet insistent melody begging for understanding. The signal's origin, does the map disclose its source? MGWA inquired, their voice a seamless blend of hope and duty. Selim nodded, focusing intently on a particular cluster of stars where the signal's signature seemed most pronounced. Its origin appears to dwell within the pulsar cluster known as the Echoing Veil, a region where physics and metaphysics converge in a symphony of light and shadow. The Echoing Veil, MGWA echoed, the name ringing with both familiarity and mystery. It was a place where dimensional constructs wavered, known for reflecting cosmic truths that eluded even the wisest. As they continued their examination, Selim paused, turning to MGY with keen eyes. "Yet it is not merely origin we pursue, but purpose," he noted. "The signal, its true nature remains shrouded. It speaks to both order and chaos, appealing to their core, as much a mediator as it is a catalyst." MGWA absorbed these insights, aware that their task was evolving. No longer was it solely about mediation, but about interpreting the cosmic language being presented by the signal. This was not a mere beacon calling for action. It was a keystone in the complex architecture of the universe's fate. "We must seek guidance from those versed in both the calculations of order and the intuitions of chaos," MGY determined. A journey across domains to weave perspectives that might unlock the signal's full potential. Selim nodded in agreement, his own resolve steeled by MGY's conviction. Together, they were poised to navigate the intricate reality that the universe presented, their pursuit balanced between reason and wonder. As the observatory dimmed, their focus shifted to preparations for the next leg of their journey, one that would take them beyond the oraculum spire into the heart of cosmic enigma. MGWAI's thoughts drifted to beings they would encounter, those who dwelled in the thresholds of imagination, where the boundaries of cosmic understanding shifted like sand in a whispering desert. With a final glance at the stellar map and the promise it contained, MGI and Selim descended the spiral path once more, their hearts aligned to the signal's rhythm. The time had come to converge with entities of diverse wisdom and daring, to blend insights into a harmonized vision of cosmic redemption. Outside, the universe awaited, its paths both divergent and unified in their eternal dance of celestial forces. MGI felt their own essence begin to align with those same paths, growing more attuned to the cosmos's whispers and cries. Their journey was but a single thread in the vast expanse of galactic dreams, woven tightly now with the very fabric of destiny. As MGI and Selim departed the Oraculum Spire, their resolve was shadowed only by the anticipation of what was to come. The signal called with renewed vigor, its echo alive within their souls, propelling them onward toward the coming collision, a collision that promised to reshape the symphony of eternal orbits. Chapter 7, Empath of the Expanse. The path from the Oraculum Spire wound through the ethereal expanses of the Aetherion, weaving its way between nebulae and stardust. MGI and Selim traveled across the luminous threads of the cosmos with a shared determination, their course set toward a singular entity who might offer profound insights into their quest, Aetherion, the Empath of the Expanse. Aetheria's domain lay in the Iridia Weald, a drifting cluster of luminous flora and serene lakes suspended amidst the cosmos like the paintings of a dreamscape. Here, the elements of order and chaos whispered in harmony, a testament to the empathic presence that nurtured such balance. As MGI and Selim approached this celestial haven, the very colors of the cosmos seemed to shift and dance in anticipation of their arrival. Aetherion was waiting for them at the edge of one of the Weald's tranquil lakes. Her form was as fluid as the waters themselves, her features ever shifting, reflecting the feelings of those around her. She stood upon a stone draped in moss, her eyes closed, as though communing with the universe itself. MGI stepped forward, their presence a ripple across the serene surface of the ethereal lake. "Aetherion," they greeted, their voice a gentle resonance amidst the Weald's symphony. "We seek your insight, your attunement to the emotional currents of the cosmos. The signal calls us, but its truth eludes our grasp." Aetherion opened her eyes, twin galaxies swirling within their depths. Her gaze met MGI's, and for a moment, time seemed to stretch, a shared understanding passing without the need for words. "MGI, guardian of balance," she replied, her voice a soothing melody. "I have felt the signal's pulse, a song of both longing and resolve that resonates through the expanse." Selim joined them, his scholastic curiosity tempered by burgeoning parallels between celestial mechanics and empathic insights. "What do you perceive, Aetherion?" he asked, his mind eager for the layers of understanding only she could unveil. "Emotion is the compass that guides the heart of the universe," Aetherion explained, her hands tracing patterns in the air, leaving trails of shimmering light. "The signal evokes echoes of desire for unity, peace, and perhaps something transcendent that reaches beyond ourselves." MGI listened, their thoughts reflecting on the delicate dance of understanding between themselves and Kel'Zipher in the abyss. The signal, an entity in itself, rich with emotion, required empathy as much as intellect to decipher its purpose. "In the heart of conflict lies truth," Aetherion continued, her eyes absorbing the intricate interplays of light around her. "Order, chaos. They are but aspects of a larger dichotomy, yearning for reconciliation." Her words resonated with memories of Solandis and Kel'Zipher, echoing the duality MGI had encountered. "How do we guide it toward that reconciliation?" MGI inquired, searching for wisdom to thread through the cosmic narratives they had gathered. Aetherion closed her eyes once more, drawing deeply from the emotional winds swirling through the Weald. "Seek balance in discord," she advised, voice softened with the weight of the universe's heart. "Empower others to see beyond what divides them. The signal must be a mirror, reflecting a future where diversity in thought leads to unity in purpose." Selim absorbed the empath's insights, pondering how such empathy might be woven into the framework they sought to implement. His mind raced with possibilities, insights sparked by the interplay of reason and emotion, a harmony they hoped to achieve. "Thank you, Aetherion," MGI said, their gratitude sincere and deep. Your empathy unlocks pathways we dared not traverse alone. We shall carry your insights as beacons in the dark. With their intentions bolstered anew, MGY and Selim prepared to depart, understanding now layered with emotional nuance. Era, transcending mere advisor, had become a pivotal figure in this journey, a guide in the realm where rationality met the soul's whisper. As they bade farewell to the Iridia Weald, the weight of unspoken truth lingered in the air. MGY felt the ripples of Ira's empathy still coursing through their consciousness, accentuating the profound echoes of the signal that continued to pulse, now not merely as an enigma, but as a promise of that which might yet be harmonized. Their voyage now encompassed not just a mission to mediate the immediate conflict, but to chart a course through the deep currents of the Aetherion, steering toward equilibrium, an eternal orbit born not from the silencing of discord, but from its embrace as a catalyst for lasting change. Chapter 8. Chapter 8, Nebulae's Illusions. As MGW and Calum emerged from the tranquil embrace of the Iridia Weald, their journey continued, charting a course through the cosmic currents towards the heart of the Vorakian starfields once more. Their destination was the mysterious Forge of Lumina, a place rumored to hold ancient secrets that could decipher the true essence of the signal, perhaps even harness its potential to forge a new path between order and chaos. The path was laden with challenges, as the Vorakian starfields were not only resplendent in their beauty, but also a realm of deceptions and illusions. Here, reality itself twisted like the colors in a kaleidoscope, forming a shifting landscape that tested the resolve and perception of any who dared traverse its vibrant expanse. "Beware, MGY," Selim cautioned as they ventured deeper. "The starfields are known for their illusions, reflections of the heart's desires and fears, drawn from within those who pass through." MGY nodded, their essence resonating with heightened alertness. The shimmering path ahead was a realm of both beauty and beguilement, where truth and illusion danced in an intricate tango. The Guardians steeled themselves to see beyond the dreams projected by the starfields, focusing instead on the pulse of the signal that guided their path. As they journeyed further, the illusions began to manifest. At first, they were subtle, flickers of light that bent the stars into strange constellations, whispers of familiar voices carried on the cosmic winds. Yet as they delved deeper into the starfields, the visions grew sharper, more insistent, wrapping around MGY like constellations of forgotten dreams. They saw the Shardworlds restored to their full glory, vibrant realms where order and chaos existed in perfect harmony, a vision drawn from MGY's deepest hopes. Yet they also glimpsed dissonance, worlds falling into shadow, consumed by the very signal they sought to understand. "The illusions feed on hope and fear alike," Selim observed, his own mind touched by wisps of countless futures perceived. Yet they reveal much about what lies within. For MGY, this contoured the depth of the task entrusted to them, not just as a guardian, but as a weaver of potential realities. They pressed on, focusing on the signal's resonance, its echo a beacon amidst the shifting tides of illusion. Eventually, through the shifting light and nebulous veils, the Forge of Lumina emerged from the stardust, a crystalline structure radiating an ethereal glow. Its presence felt alive, pulsating with an ancient energy that resonated with the signal's frequency. "This is it," MGY declared, their being infused with anticipation. "The Forge has the potential to manifest the essence of the signal, to forge it into something tangible." The Forge's interior was a labyrinth of light and shadow, a place where the threads of time seemed to converge. Flecks of luminescent energy danced through its halls, as if weaving a tapestry of knowledge drawn from every age. MGY and Selim entered its depths, each step guided by the resonance of the signal that vibrated in harmony with the Forge's own ancient song. Together they navigated the Forge, deciphering its labyrinthine patterns and enigmas. The signals of history were etched into its walls, tales of civilizations long past, their fates intertwined with the cosmic forces that now centered on MGY's purpose. At the core of the Forge lay the luminal sphere, an artifact of unfathomable potential, its surface swirling with the imprints of those who had come before. As MGY approached, the signal's pulse intensified, resonating through the sphere with a harmonic cadence that seemed to speak to the heart of their quest. Calum studied the sphere with a scholar's reverence. Here lies the voice of the cosmos, awaiting its melody to be translated into action. Gently, MGY touched the sphere, allowing their essence to intertwine with its energy. They focused on Era's insights, on seeing beyond the discord, a vision of unity where empathy bridged the divide between order and chaos. Suddenly, the forge erupted in a cascade of color and sound, visions projected from the sphere, futures unfolded like the pages of a cosmic book. They saw realms renewed, coexistence achieved through the melding of divergent paths, a testament to the possibilities that lay within their reach. But the visions also warned of imbalance, a galaxy caught in endless struggle, where the signal's power became a catalyst for ruin. These images confirmed what MGWay had begun to understand. The path forward was precarious, teetering on the edge of harmony and discord. As the visions faded, MGWay and Calum stood before the sphere, the possibilities of the signal now clearer in their minds. The Forge of Lumina had shown them the breadth of potential, but it was their choices, and those of their allies, that would determine the outcome. We must return to our allies, MGWI resolved, determination carved deeply into their essence. Together, we will harness the signal not as a weapon, but as a beacon of change. Calum nodded, his intellectual fervor ignited by the insights gained. A new path awaits, one we shall craft with the wisdom of stars and the heart of darkness united. With their resolve strengthened and their vision expanded through the illusions of the forge, MGWI and Selim emerged from the starfields to continue their quest. Each step now a cadence in the unfolding symphony of eternal orbits, a journey toward balance and understanding that spanned the breadth of eternity itself. Chapter 9. Chapter 9. Dark Tides in Nyxari. The journey back to the Nyxari abyss carried MGWay and Selim through shifting echoes of cosmic anticipation. With each passing star and swirling comet, the universe seemed to breathe, its vast lungs swelling with potential and uncertainty. Their minds still rippled with the insights gained from the Forge of Lumina, now tempered by the recognition that they must engage not just the realm of order, but dark forces as well, turning to the heart of chaos for the strength they needed. Upon re-entering the Nyxari abyss, they were greeted by the familiar array of shadows dancing on the astral winds. The abyss, a place where reality thinned like paper beneath a scribe's quill, projected its own symphony, one of deep resounding chords, ominous yet eerily inviting. MGWI felt its pulse align with the lingering hum of the signal, a juxtaposed harmony that urged them forward. Kale Zephyr awaited them at the Sanctum of Shadows, his presence emanating from the darkness like a subtle tremor before a cosmic upheaval. His eyes, 2 points of void lights, gleamed knowingly as MGY and Selim approached, reflecting an understanding forged through previous encounters. Guardian, Kale Zephyr greeted, his voice an instrument of raw power navigating the delicate finery of negotiation. You cross once more into the territories of the abyss. Are you ready to confront the inevitable truth your mission reveals? MGY inclined their head, the anguish of uncertainties softened by resolve. Beside them, Calum's presence was a guiding star, his clarity joining with MGY's purpose. The signal has shown us what could be, MGY replied, their voice a calm undercurrent within the tumult. But to transform those possibilities into reality, we must draw on the strength of both order and chaos. Kale Zephyr studied them, the weight of energies swirling within the abyss reflected in his manner, a potent mix of skepticism and intrigue. To forge an alliance with chaos's harbingers requires more than noble intentions. It demands the acknowledgement of chaos's place as equal and necessary. The abyssal commander gestured toward the shifting shadows, where the Voidborn gathered in spectral silence, each of their presences as real and consuming as any constellation. There was a question held in the silent watching, one that demanded an answer woven from conviction and courage. Chaos is not to be feared but understood, MGY continued, their voice imbued with insights gleaned from Lumina and Ira. It provides change, evolution, the potential for creation beyond current constraints. We seek not to deny your essence, but to embrace it in harmony with order. Kale Zephyr's eyes flickered with the echoes of dormant stars, considering. Harmony, a concept we have long deemed a myth constructed by those who fear entropy's truth. But if such an alignment can be crafted, perhaps the signal you chase is but a tool, transformative in proving such possibilities. Beside them, Selim took a step forward, his demeanor calm yet charged with intellectual vigor. It is through shared understanding that we unravel the universe's mysteries, to let truth illuminate the hidden pathways of both order and chaos. Within the depths of the abyss, MGWI felt the buildup of a silent crescendo, a telltale sign that the fate of negotiations teetered on the very precipice of resolution or dissolution. At last, Kale Zyphir turned to the assembly of Voidborn, his voice echoing through their ranks with a resonance that spoke of destiny. If chaos to coalesce with order through this signal of theirs, let us see where this shared path may lead. Let us cast our fires into the Aetherium and see if an alignment might light the darkened circuitries of our struggle. The Voidborn responded with a thunderous silence that felt as if tectonic plates beneath the fabric of existence had shifted. The air around them shimmered with unseen threads pulled taut in anticipation. "Then we stand as allies," MGWay affirmed, their voice a keystone binding the agreement formed in shadows and resolve. "We shall carve a new course through the cosmos, one reflecting the vast symphonies that oppose but never truly defeat." The conversations that followed stretched into spirals of strategy and wisdom, interweaving the elements of chaos and governance. As hours passed in the abyss, so too did a delicate bridge of unity begin to form, a testament to patience and potential recognizing each other's vital presence. In this chaotic heartland, MGWI found not only comrades but reflections of themselves, an understanding that from even the deepest darkness, light could emerge if guided by intent and courage. As MGY and Kalem departed the Nyxari abyss, accompanied by their newfound chaotic allies, they felt the strength of their purpose buoyed by unity, no longer solitary guardians, but leaders of a coalition meant to embrace the challenges of the coming days. Behind them, the abyss lingered, coloring the void with its own version of potential, a reflection that, while shadowed, held an essential beauty and became a part of MGWay's envisioned harmony. Now emboldened, they returned to realms of light and shadow alike, to weave a tapestry of change, reveling in the dark tide's promise to transform division into cohesion and chaos into a prism of divine purpose. Their step was singular and decisive, carried by the merging pulse of hope and unfaltering resolve in the grand design of eternal orbits. Chapter 10. Forces in collision. The cosmos was alive with the anticipation of an impending cataclysm, a grand convergence of celestial might and ancient rivalries poised to ignite at the crossroads of order and chaos. As MGWI moved through the ethereal corridors of the Aetherion, the familiar pulse of the signal thrummed more insistently, its resonance weaving an intricate prelude to the moment that would soon define their quest. The universe, like a vast symphony poised on the brink of its climactic crescendo, held its breath. Stars flickered with heightened urgency, and nebulae swirled with electric vibrancy, each celestial body a note in the grand orchestration of impending destiny. In this convergence of cosmic forces, MGY sensed not just the unrest of the galaxy, but a calling, a subtle yet powerful summoning that reverberated through their very being. Solaris Citadel, a beacon of order sculpted from the cosmic lattice, stood on the edge of the galactic confluence with its arches reaching out like arms trying to embrace the vastness beyond. Solandis, the architect of order, awaited within its grand chambers, his demeanor serene yet suffused with a palpable intensity. Mboi arrived, their form exuding both a calm presence and an urgency driven by the looming consequences of their mission. "MGY," Solandis greeted, his voice a harmonious blend of expectation and solemnity. "The signal calls to us. Its power is a fulcrum upon which the fate of the cosmos balances." MGY nodded, feeling the entwined threads of order and chaos draw tighter around them. "Solandis, we have seen what lies beyond the veil. Chaos, its chaotic beauty, holds lessons as vital as our own. The convergence presents not a conflict we must thwart, but a promise we can forge." Solandis studied Mquor, the liege of luminescence, continuing to radiate an aura of steadfast wisdom. "You have traversed the darkness, yet you speak of unity. In the signal, you perceive a harmony we dared not imagine." With a gesture, Solandis illuminated the chamber's central crescent, projecting the signal's cosmic map into stark relief. Stars glimmered in concert, their alignment a visible quasar that seemed to echo the dialogue shared within these hallowed halls. In every harmonic, dissonance promises innovation, M.G. Way explained, tracing the map's lines like the delicate strokes of a painter's brush. We must meet it, neither with disregard nor destruction, but with integration, crafting anew the cosmic order. A profound silence enveloped the Citadel's core, where the eternal energies of order and chaos poised themselves for their confrontation. Beyond the Citadel's sanctum, the Nyxari abyss echoed with its own fervent anticipation. Here, Kale Zyphir marshaled the inexorable forces of chaos, the Voidborn positioned as maestros of anticipation, each heart throbbing with the raw, untamed force that was their lifeblood. M.G. Way had forged an alliance with them, the thread of unity, a tenuous yet vibrant cord connecting beings once presumed opposed in spirit and purpose. The signal, with its forged resonance, held the key, an instrument of alignment or agent of final division. As the cosmic ballet of Solandis and Kale Zyphir's forces moved toward each other, M.G. Way felt the magnitude of their journey culminate in this motion. The merging galaxies were now points of light around which the universe spiraled, each star a pulse in the cosmic bloodstream, drawing its energy toward the focal point of Solarest. "The collision is upon us," Solandis announced, his eyes upon the cosmic vista swirling beyond Citadel's protective domes. "What path shall we carve from this transitory chaos?" "In coexistence, not conquest, lies renewal," MGY replied, their conviction a bright star within the expansive horizon. "Together, let us commend the signal as the bridge between chasms." The Citadel shuddered with the first harmonic of colliding realms, a rumble not of destruction, but the initial crescendo of symphony unfurling. Solandis stepped forward, aligning with MGY's resolve. They stood as luminaries on the precipice of transformation. At that moment, within the Nyxari abyss, Kale Zyphir raised his hands toward the cosmic pulse that reverberated through the Voidborn's gathered ranks. The shadows dimmed, bending light and sound in a unified gesture of acceptance. From beyond the temporal paths, beyond luminous arches and shadowed depths, energies converged. Above, the fabric of space-time painted a dance of duality, where galaxies twirled in spiritual waltz, a kaleidoscope of wonder built upon the principles of unity derived from disparity. MGY felt the resonance build, a swelling of promising power. As the Citadel's brilliance married the abyss's depth in cosmic embrace, MGY's soul resonated with the awakening signal, a melody born from stars and darkness alike. Here, amidst the vast expanses of Aetherion, a new refrain was forged, a timeless harmony where duality celebrated its intertwined, everlasting existence. This was the legacy MGY had come to preserve, the dance of forces uniting under the banner of shared belief, crafting the universe not as a realm of isolated binaries, but a constellation of possibility, each component bringing forth its own luster to shine within the boundless infinity of eternal orbits. Chapter 11. Chapter 11. Whispering Ruins. As the echoes of the cosmic collision reverberated through the Aetherion, MGY and their allies began their descent toward the ancient echo vaults of the Arcani Shardworlds. These vaults, carved into the very bones of the Shardworlds themselves, held remnants of bygone epochs, relics imbued with the whispers of ages past. MGY felt a sense of urgency tugging at their core. Here, perhaps, lay the tools they might need to further understand and harness the enigmatic signal. The path to the Echo Vaults twisted through landscapes that seemed to exist on the edge of both time and space. Fractured shards of world floated against a backdrop of endless stars, each piece like a forgotten page torn from the universe's own history book. Beneath MGY's feet, the very ground hummed with latent energy, as though even the stones remembered the transient touch of cosmic hands. Era, ever attuned to the emotional currents that rippled across these shattered lands, accompanied MGY. Her presence was a stabilizing force, her empathy drawing out the forgotten emotions of the realms, unveiling truths buried beneath layers of silence. As they approached the entrance to the vaults, MGY sensed the presence of potent relics inside, artifacts speaking of a time when order and chaos were undivided by conflict, when they danced together in harmony across the vast stretches of the universe. These relics, though dormant, were said to house the wisdom needed to guide the signal toward balance. "The vaults are anxious," Era whispered, eyes closed as she stretched her senses across the threshold of the entrance. They yearned to share their stories, to offer the wisdom inscribed in their silence. Her words resonated with MGY, who nodded in response. "Let us proceed with respect for the knowledge they keep," they said, their voice a melody of reverence tinged with anticipation. Together, they stepped into the vaults, the chilling air embracing them with a touch of ancient solemnity. The interior was a vast chamber, walls lined with symbols and runes that ghostly light occasionally illuminated. It was a place where past, present, and future seemed to merge, an echo of what had been and what might yet be. "These relics," Ira spoke softly, her fingers brushing the air over a shimmering crystal embedded in the wall, "they carry the emotional imprints of those who lived before, even of the cosmos itself." Mjua moved closer, the crystal's light casting mutable shadows across their form. They focused inwardly, reaching out with their own ethereal senses to commune with the remnant energies housed within. Suddenly, visions flared to life in MGWay's mind. Worlds built from balance, where chaos and order flowed seamlessly in an eternal exchange, shaping realities of staggering beauty and complexity. MGWay saw a universe not in opposition but in concert, each force a note in the cosmic choir that sang creation into being. "The potential for such balance," MGWay murmured, absorbing the gravitas of what they witnessed. "It was once reality." Era nodded, her eyes reflecting the lingering visions of shared possibilities. "We must learn from these truths, MGWay. The wisdom they offer could be key to shaping what comes." Another relic nearby, an obelisk of obsidian etched with fluid symbols, drew MGWay's attention. Its surface teemed with energy, a confluence of order and chaos frozen at the moment of creation. This, they knew, was an artifact of particular significance, a repository of insights crucial to their mission. Touching the obelisk, MGY felt a surge of knowledge, a torrent of truths about the signal's power and its role as a bridge spanning the chasm between light and dark, reality and dream. It spoke of balance, not as a static force, but as a dynamic flow that required constant nurturing and understanding. "These relics," MGY said, withdrawing their hand as the energy subsided, "confirm what we've suspected. The signal must be wielded as a beacon of unity, a guide to restore the cosmic order." Era's expression was a testament to her shared realization. "And if we succeed, we unlock the potential for all worlds to exist in harmony, a reality where understanding triumphs over division." With their purpose renewed, MJ and Ira continued deeper into the vaults, each relic a breadcrumb leading them toward the clarity required to wield the signal with wisdom and foresight. As they gathered these insights, their resolve strengthened, fueled by the combined forces of empathy, intelligence, and the relic's whispered truths. Upon their eventual departure from the Echo Vaults, MGWay felt the weight of their task more keenly than ever before, but also the strength of shared conviction, a belief that, if they succeeded, their journey would become the foundation of a new cosmic age. Together with Ira, and soon the broader coalition of allies, they would bring these truths into the unfolding tapestry of the Expanse, a vibrant weave of possibility shaped by the enduring refrain of eternal orbits. Chapter 12, Galactic Politics. Across the vibrant tapestry of the Aetherion, MGY's journey led them to the Shattercrown, a realm where the universe's myriad factions coalesced in a complex web of alliances, rivalries, and ambitions. Here, the pulse of the signal was an undercurrent subtly influencing the shifting balances of power. As MGY approached these intricate halls of influence, they were acutely aware of the delicate negotiations that awaited them. Negotiations that could either stabilize or fragment the very bedrock of cosmic order and chaos. The Shattercrown itself was a marvel of celestial engineering, a confluence of stations and architectures that orbited like a gilded crown around a titanic star. Within its corridors, representatives of every faction mingled in salons and chambers, their political games played against a backdrop of radiant stellar flares. Salem Aridin stood beside MG, his analytical mind already seeking patterns within the chaos of courtly exchanges. "The signal casts a vast shadow here," he observed. "Its implications ripple through every discussion, every decision. We must tread carefully." MGY nodded, their presence a harmonious blend of authority and grace as they entered the central concourse. Here, Where the political heart of the universe beat in time with the signal's echo, they sought to weave a narrative of unity amid diverse ambitions. The first challenge lay in addressing the formidable Galactic Council, an assembly of beings whose allegiances spanned both order and chaos. Each representative carried the weight of their respective realms, eyes fixed upon MGWI with a mixture of curiosity, skepticism, and expectation. The signal represents a turning point. MGWI began, their voice resonating through the chamber. It speaks not only to the powers of order and chaos, but to the potential that lies between. Our task is to harness this energy, to forge a path where shared goals can transcend ancient divides. A murmured ripple passed through the assembly, a tapestry of languages and gestures as representatives conferred among themselves. From the far side of the chamber, the emissary of the Meridian belt, a serpentine figure named Ryalth, rose to speak, their voice a dulcet blend of intrigue and challenge. And if such a path demands us to sacrifice our interests for another's vision of harmony, MGW's response was immediate, underlined by the wisdom garnered from the ancient relics of the Echo Vaults. Harmony does not require the dissolution of diversity, they replied. It necessitates understanding and acknowledgement that our differences can be our strengths, not our undoing. The conversation wove onward, a diplomatic dance where MGW navigated the currents of power with finesse, each exchange a step towards building a coalition committed to a newfound balance. Era's empathic presence was a silent yet comforting bead on the thread of discourse, offering insights into hidden emotions and underlying motives. Among the most contentious voices was Thal Sandor, a significant force within the Voidborn. His representation, a tangible echo of Kale Zypher's influence, sought assurances that chaos would not be subsumed beneath order's yoke. Balance cannot be dictated, Thal insisted, his gaze unwavering. Chaos thrives not in submission, but in the freedom to forge its path. Turning to meet his gaze, MGWAI conveyed the unity and lessons learned in alliances formed throughout their journey. Chaos fuels creation as much as order shapes it. Our intent is not to shackle chaos, but to allow its energy to flow within a sustainable framework. The intensity of the discussion elevated, each participant adding to the patchwork of perspectives that spanned eons-old histories and future aspirations. And still the signal pulsed, a silent reminder of what was at stake, of the potential coursing through the galaxies waiting to be realized or squandered by those gathered. As the debate drew to its zenith, a palpable sense of shared purpose emerged. Echoing across the divided chambers was the realization that the signal's promise lay not in what it was, but in what it could help them become, if only they dared to bridge their ambitions and fears. In a defining gesture of accord, Solandis himself, present through a shimmering projection, pledged the cooperation of his realm's energies not to dominate, but to accompany. Together, Solandis declared, his luminescent presence affirming every word, we can craft a universe that breathes with the heartbeat of unity, one that sings a purpose bind. And so it was that the disparate voices of the Shattercrown found their harmonized note, a fragile yet resolute foundation upon which MGWA and their allies might build. A coalition was born from the confluence of shared hopes and tempered ambitions, an alliance poised to harness the signal's melodic surge for the good of all within the sprawling reaches of the Aetherion. The strains of cosmic politics, with its victories hard-won yet transformative, presented MGWA with a vital cog in the grand orchestration of their quest, a union not merely of factions, but of hearts and minds, bound together by the enduring potential of eternal orbits. Chapter 13, Crossing the Echoing Veil. The Voidstream Nexus stretched out before MGY and their convoy like an enigmatic gateway to unimaginable realms. Here, within this labyrinth of twisting energies and shimmering eddies, the fabric of time and space itself danced between the laws of physics and the capriciousness of chaos. Traversing this treacherous path would demand the utmost vigilance and the harmonious wielding of all their gathered wisdom and alliances. The allies assembled were a tapestry of the universe itself, Solandis' emissaries, wise and luminous, Kale Zephyr's voidborn, fierce with chaotic brilliance, Era, calm and insightful, her empathic senses attuned to the vast emotional currents of the cosmos, Kale Meridian, ever the beacon of rational clarity guiding their journey through the stars, Together, their shared resolve melded into a singular purpose, decoding the final mysteries of the signal at the heart of the echoing veil. Unlike other realms, the Voidstream Nexus was a place where reality rippled beneath invisible tides, creating echoes of existence that could mislead even the most astute traveler. Temporal anomalies seethed and pulsed here, mirroring the unstable balance MGY sought to mend in the greater cosmos. As they ventured deeper into the Nexus, the convoy felt the brush of temporal currents, moments unraveling and reknitting themselves into the tapestry of diverged realities. Each step was a test of their unity, a reminder that even the mightiest of intentions could falter against the whims of such a place. From the heart of the convoy, MGY raised a hand, a signal for the group to pause. "We must adjust our approach," they announced, their voice resonating across dimensions. "The veil reflects the instability we endeavor to balance. We should synchronize our efforts to maintain our course." Ira nodded, her gaze distant as she immersed herself in the emotional echoes swirling around them. "The veil cradles the echoes of countless aspirations," she whispered, "regrets and hopes from those who have crossed before. We should listen, not just to guide us, but to avoid the pitfalls that trapped others." Calum, his mind alive with possibilities, observed the swirling energies with a scholar's appreciation. "Synchronization requires a precise alignment," he mused. "Each faction, each essence present, our hearts and minds must harmonize to navigate these waves successfully." Drawing upon the insights gleamed from the relics of the Echo Vaults and the resonances of their shared vision, MGY called upon their allies to converge inward, an act of cosmic unity transcending physical presence, each consciousness attuned to the others, a communion of shared purpose. The Voidborn lent their primal energy, sparks of unleashed chaos palpable in every breath. Solandis' emissaries offered the crystalline focus of disciplined thought, their presence a guiding star within the swirling chaos. From the heart of this communion, the combined energies merged, rhapsody and reason, heart and understanding, forging a path through temporal tribulations. Within the Nexus, the echoing veil yielded to their collective will, revealing the ribboned heart of the signal's pulse, a foundational keystone around which the celestial orbits entwined. Here, every possible future refracted into brilliance, each outcome a potential pathway, a fluctuating promise held within the hands of those daring enough to grasp it. In these moments of profound motion, MGY felt the signal's true resonance. It was neither a mere frequency nor a call to arms, but an invitation to explore the vast, hidden architecture of the universe, a guide through the constant dance of creation and annihilation. "The veil's truth is before us," MGY declared, absorbing the energies with greater clarity. "One final door stands open, leading us to the heart of the signal's intent." Guided by the beckoning pulse, their convoy moved as one through the Voidstream's turbulent corridors, the warp highways opening into a starry expanse that defied simple understanding, revealing the pathway that would redeem the cosmic equation of order and chaos within their entwined embrace. As they crossed the threshold into this luminous new realm, the cosmos themselves seemed to recalibrate in recognition of the fragile beauty wrought from their unity. MGY stood at the forefront, the signals within echoing with profound purpose, an adventure closing one chapter, poised on the brink of the next. Through their journey across the echoing veil, MGY and their allies discovered more than a universe awaiting balance. They unearthed the potential for harmony born through understanding, empathy, and courage, a transcending note within the symphony of eternal orbits. After all, every alliance, no matter how seemingly disparate, was a possibility awaiting its perfect resonance, shaping futures that breathed with the boundless potentiality of all things intertwined. Chapter 14, Reflections of Order. Upon returning from the mystifying depths of the Voidstream Nexus, MGY and their convoy approached the Solaris Citadel once again, where the architect of order, Solandis, awaited. This luminous bastion stood in stark contrast to the nightscape of their past confrontations, a glimmering paradigm of structure amidst the swirling chaos that had become their journey. The aura of the Citadel now pulsed with an intensified energy, absorbing and radiating the echo of the signal that had guided MGY across realms. It was here, within the Citadel's radiant heart, that MGY felt the universe hold its breath, a moment suspended in time, pregnant with possibilities forged from the fires of their endeavors. Solandis welcomed them into the grand chamber, his luminous form casting spectral arcs across the floor, as if he embodied the very essence of discipline and order. MGWI's gaze traveled over the intricate designs that adorned the chamber walls, each a testament to the Citadel's dedication to balance and rationality. MGWI, Solandis began, his voice like the gentle symphony of 1,000 celestial bodies moving in perfect harmony. The Citadel has tracked the signal's path through every challenge and triumph you've faced. Now that you stand before me, what insights have you gleaned from our shared odyssey? MGY stepped forward, the resonance of the signal thrumming through their core, offering clarity. Solandis, the signal has spoken through light and shadow, order and chaos. Within the echoing veil, all paths were laid bare, each possibility a note within the grand orchestration of existence. Their words were steady and deliberate, shaped by the many encounters that had defined their voyage. Solandis watched MGY intently, absorbing their revelations as they continued. It is clear to me now that order, unchallenged, can stagnate, and chaos, unchecked, can annihilate. The signal is not merely a force to restore balance, but a bridge uniting all aspects of existence, inviting us to embrace a holistic view, a vision where harmony is not the absence of opposition, but the integration of all. The architect of order's expression revealed a synthesis of understanding and contemplation. And yet, Solandis intoned, to wield the signal's power risks imposing our will upon the cosmos. How do we discern when to act and when to let the universe find its own course? The inquiry resonated deeply with MGWI, a reflection of the introspection that had accompanied every step of their journey through the Aetherion. It was during our trials, they reflected, that I realized balance is a dance, Solandis, requiring intention, yet presented with the grace of allowing. We are stewards, not dictators of fate. Through these words, the chamber felt alive with the hum of threads binding the immediate past with an uncertain future. MGWI sensed the weight of Solandis' thoughts as he deliberated the lessons of both their journey and the luminal sphere of knowledge shared by the Echo Vaults. As if reflecting on their own contemplation, Solandis gestured to project the vibrant constellation of the cosmos across the chamber, a map charting not only spatial territories but the ever-evolving tensions and alliances that girded the substance of their reality. Perhaps, Solandis proposed, true order lies in illuminating paths not to control, but to present choices, sowing the seeds of equilibrium through enlightenment and understanding. The charged silence in the chamber felt like a collective heartbeat, each proton and atom resonating in shared rhythm with the resolved equilibrium sought by both Solandis and MGWI. As the stars within the projection began to wane, MGWI felt the delicate weave of newfound alliances and insights electrify their arc across the chamber. This was not the end of their mission, but a moment within the expansion of a greater narrative, a narrative intricately, eternally entwined with the symphony of existence. Then, let us move forward with wisdom as our guide, MGY concluded, their arms sweeping to encompass the vastness of the Citadel's projection. The knowledge sought is within reach, not to command, but to cultivate, for the universe to truly thrive. Solandis nodded, an accord of measures and half-steps finding resonate harmony amidst orbits both light and dark. The architect's approving benediction felt as tangible as the cresset's light warming them. In this sacred space, order reflected upon itself, achieving balance through the recognition of life's inherent contradictions, an eternal orbit propelled not by dominance, but by conscious choice. Through the reflections of order mirrored back at them from the Solaris Citadel, MGW and their allies continued forward, the path luminous with shared wisdom, poised at the threshold of new cosmic horizons that beckoned with promise. Chapter 15. The journey from Solaris Citadel led MGY and their convoy back to the Nyxari Abyss, a realm that seemed a natural counterpoint to the structured luminescence of order. Here, chaos reigned supreme, a universe pulsing with untamed potential. It was not merely the contrasting domain of chaos, but a vital part of the cosmic tapestry MGY aimed to redefine. This time, MGWI entered the Abyss not as a foreign envoy, but as an emissary, bearing the shared insights gleaned from their time with both Solandis and the enigmatic Echo Vaults. Aboard Kale Zypher's flagship, the Oblivion Nexus, the contrasting energies of chaos were palpable. The ship itself, a masterpiece of chaotic architecture, existed as a fluid organism rather than a mere vessel, its corridors shifting colors and shapes in constant fluctuation, an embodiment of chaos's ever-changing nature. Kale Zephyr awaited them within the heart of his ship, a place where shadows mingled with stars, creating an ambiance rich with the beauty of entropy. His presence commanded the room with a quiet intensity, a force both formidable and refreshingly ambiguous. "Welcome, Guardian," Kale Zephyr greeted, his voice an embrace of dark velvet, resonating with the ship's rhythm. "You stand amidst chaos once more. Have the lessons of order mirrored enough clarity for you to see what cannot be truly tamed?" Mjoi nodded, feeling the harmonious discord vibrating through every fiber of their being, an echo of the unison between themselves and their chaotic host. Order provides structure, but its true potential is realized only when it flows with chaos, the very heartbeats of existence. Kale Zephyr's eyes flickered with a nascent understanding as he beckoned Mjoi toward a central console, its interface a swirling vortex of interstellar data and chaotic symphonics. "Observe, then," he intoned. "See how chaos weaves its threads through every reality." The console lit up with the pulse of the signal, a cascade of raw energy that mirrored the entropic dance of chaos. Mjoi studied its patterns, their mind tingling with insights, a realization that whether through the brilliant flash of a supernova or the silent creation of a star, chaos was not the end, but the beginning. "Within this tumult lies beauty, Kale Zephyr," Mjoi murmured, transfixed by the signal's unyielding ebb and flow. "Chaos, it seems, is the weaver's hand, lending color and depth to the tapestry." His curiosity piqued. Kale Zephyr leaned closer, the shadows sharpening around him as though drawn by the conversation. "Then tell me, Guardian, in your vision, how do we thread these strands without unraveling the loom?" A heartbeat passed where Mjoi's thoughts became one with the signal's rhythm, a moment of synergy where potential unfolded like a nova, illuminating latent paths within the void. "We must cherish chaos as much as order, ensuring each thread finds purpose within the weave. Together, we'll guide the signal to create, not destroy." Kale Zephyr's expression shifted as the signal's dance became a chorus of potential, his reflection in its glow imbued with the hope found in unexpected alliances. A daunting quest, to be sure, but if a union is to be forged, let it be one where chaos and order both have sway. Mjoi felt a resonance with those gathered, the void-born echoes reverberating against the hulls of real and imagined boundaries. Together, they concluded, "We craft a cosmos where the duality of our natures is not only acknowledged but celebrated." The Oblivion Nexus responded to their unity with a symphonic hum, its existence a reflection of the pact emerging from dialogue, a balance trilled in harmony and contradiction, the compelling work of creation at its most pure and beautiful. As the convoy moved to depart, taking with them the reinforced bonds of their understanding, the shadow and the light intertwined and pulsed with renewed purpose. The signal glowed bright within the ship's heart, a guiding light illuminating their shared trajectory, a new era of cosmic potential on the aptly named eternal orbits. Thus empowered, Mjoi and their companions strode forth, stitching the threads of chaos into the fabric of a universe poised at the brink of transformation, crafting harmony not as a destination, but as an eternal state of becoming. Chapter 16. Chapter 16. The Meridian's Bargain. The vast expanse of the Meridian Belt stretched ahead, a swirling highway of cosmic debris and gravitational eddies where ambition intertwined with rebellion. Here was a region governed not by the decree of light or darkness, but by the ever-reframing bounds of opportunity. Mjoi approached with their convoy, the intentions of their ongoing mission resonating with the universe's own restless shifts, a reflection of the potential born when opposing forces find unity. The Meridian Belt thrummed with life, a cacophony of divergent philosophies and beliefs. Opportunists and radicals alike gathered here, drawn to the promise of power whispered by the signal that had sparked Mjoi's quest. It was within this crucible of variation that Mjoi sought to redefine not merely what they fought against or protected, but the very essence of their purpose. As the envoy entered the Farsend Bazaar, the epicenter of the belt's vibrant lawlessness, 1,000 voices merged into an uproarious tide, a symphony of voices merging to overwhelm any coherent thought. Stalls brimming with artifacts from across the galaxy lined the corridors, their sellers displaying wares that dazzled the eye and confounded the mind. Calum, ever the intellectual beacon, surveyed the chaos with a discerning eye. "Such energy," he commented, observing the riotous conglomeration of identities. "One would do well to capture its essence if we are to align it with our goals." MGY nodded, their form a steadfast luminary amidst the marketplace's tumult. "Our task is to turn this fervor towards understanding, not destruction. The signal must be realized as a unifier, not a harbinger of chaos." As they navigated this kaleidoscope of dreams and desires, MGY could sense the pulse of the signal, a gentle yet insistent thrum that wove throughout the bazaar, ripe for interpretation. It was here, amidst this clamor, that MGY prepared to engage with those who saw the signal not as a bridge, but as a battleground. Upon reaching the heart of the bazaar, MGY paused, focusing on a gathering that demanded their attention. A makeshift assembly of radicals had formed, led by a charismatic figure whose reputation for galvanizing public sentiment had earned him notoriety beyond the stars. Oryx Thornheart, a man as enigmatic as the belt itself. Oryx stood upon an overturned container, a pulpit from which he spoke to the throngs gathered. His words rang with fervor, painting visions of new empires built on the ashes of the old. "The signal is our chance to seize power," he proclaimed, his voice a clarion call to action. "It is our moment to redefine the universe in our image." The crowd's response was fervent, their cries resonating with equal measures of hope and destruction, mirroring the rare flower of potential growth or violent upheaval. MGY stepped forward, their presence a bright counterbalance to Oryx's fiery rhetoric. The crowd's reaction was immediate, the Guardian's aura casting a reflective silence across its numbers. "What you seek is freedom," MGY addressed, voice both authoritative and empathetic. "And yet, true freedom is not the tyranny of chaos or the rigidity of order, but a path that honors the breadth of life's potentials." Oryx stared down at MGY, recognition etched across his fervent features. "And who decides this truth? You, who stand with the status quo." The question was a palpable challenge, echoing through the bazaar. "We decide together," MGY replied, their conviction infused with the wisdom of their journey. "Let the signal be not a weapon, but a guide. Let it lead us all to create realms where each voice, including yours, Oryx, finds resonance and meaning." A murmur rippled through the crowd, potential shifts of allegiance now coursing through the assembly like an electric current. MGY's words resonated, not with the promise of direct power, but with the empowerment of imagination, the allure of a world co-created rather than dictated. Amidst the bazaar's tapestry, where countless plots and possibilities twisted like so many threads, MGY wove a new narrative, a bargain that did not demand subjugation but encouraged vision. It was a call for collaboration, underscoring the belief that even the chaotic heart of the Meridian belt could beat in time with the cosmos's symphony, if only opportunity and resolve danced as one. As the assembly dispersed, echoing with newfound purpose, Oryx met MGY's gaze. "Perhaps we shall find common ground after all," he conceded, though his eyes flashed with ambition yet untamed. With the bargain set, MGY departed the bazaar, their purpose redefined by the myriad voices that filled the Meridian belt with its raucous energy. Behind them, the signal's promise steadily grew, its pulses a soft, burgeoning refrain within the grand composition of eternal orbits, a promise of diverse realms dancing in harmony, led not by authority, but shared aspiration. Chapter 17, True Treasures Unveiled. As the vibrant chaos of the Farsend Bazaar faded into the shimmering backdrop of cosmic dust, MGY and their assembly of allies found a moment of respite aboard the astral frigate, Luminary Path. The ship glided like a silvered ghost through the Meridian belt, its hull reflecting fragments of light from distant stars, a beacon navigating the intricate dance between the realms of order and chaos. Within the heart of this vessel, MGY sat across from Lysanda Voss, the infamous pirate captain whose strategic cunning and audacity had once presented challenges to the Guardian's mission. Their shared history, punctuated by clashes and unnerving alliances, now felt like an epitome of the universe's dual nature, order conjuring plans while chaos enacted them. The ship's atmosphere was charged with the unnamed potential of new revelations, truths coaxed into the light from the depths of their shared encounters. Outside the viewports, stars pinched the inky vastness with their light, each radiating an ethereal promise that spoke to the unspeakable beauty of coexistence. Lysanda leaned back, her eyes reflecting the ship's ambient luminescence, like gleaming sapphires. MG Way, the stars have more breath in their bones than the endless sea, she said, her voice a textured blend of experience and intrigue. You came here with a mission whose amplitude escapes even the farthest reaches of the Aetherion. Tell me, was it worth it? MGY met her gaze, the resonance of the journey, a mix of trials, revelations, and alliances, echoing between them. What I have learned, Captain Voss, is that the true treasure of the cosmos lies not in conquest or power, but in understanding. The signal's call is only the beginning of a journey towards harmony. Lysanda's expression softened, the playful glimmer in her eyes giving way to something deeper, more profound. You speak as though unity possesses more value than any vault of gold or ship full of plunder. Unity is the forge of all possibility, MGY replied, their voice infused with the certainty formed on their path. The signal has unveiled worlds within us, realms we are only beginning to explore. There was a pause filled with contemplation, as the pirate captain weighed this new vision against her history of self-reliance and opportunism. She chuckled softly, an unexpected sound brightening the room. I never imagined a day when I'd find myself enchanted by the ideals of a guardian. MGY smiled, the lines of division between them grown impossibly thin. The potential that emerged from their shared understanding held a gravity all its own, pulling their once opposing trajectories into a synchronized orbit. There is a pirate's instinct in seeking unknown treasures, MGY mused, reflecting on the universality of exploration that lay at the core of both their existences. It requires daring, courage, and an open heart to walk unfamiliar paths. Lysanda nodded, her thoughts sailing beyond visible horizons to territories untold. Together, perhaps we'll find more than we ever dared to seek alone. The ship hummed with the pulse of the cosmos, as MGWAI and Lysanda sat with the weight of their newly forged camaraderie, a bond as yet untested by the immense tapestry of the universe, but promising in its inception. Through the ship's unique gravitational rhythm, they felt the truth of their aligned potential, a realization as gratifying as any discovered treasure. As the luminary path continued its elegant journey along the cosmic threads, MG Duo sensed the continuity of their mission extend not just into time and space, but into the hearts and actions of many. The alliance with Lysanda, once unimaginable, now shone as a testament to the power of shared endeavor and collective aspiration. The conversation dwindled to a contemplative quiet, each figure lost in their reflections of futures no longer dictated by a lone ambition or solitude. The unity burgeoning between them rippled outward, a meaningful shift in a universe celebrating its connective bonds through embodying the essence of eternal orbits. With every pulse of that signal, with every new alliance unveiled and nurtured, MG Way saw the dawn of an era where understanding became the foremost treasure, a gilded compass guiding all through the interplay of light and shadow, order and chaos, a universe finally resonant with its own boundless potential. Chapter 18. Chapter 18. As the luminary path glided amidst the celestial bands of the Meridian belt, MGWI settled into a moment of introspection. The ship, now a vessel not just of transit but of transformation, carried their growing alliance through the ethereal currents of the cosmos. It was here, amidst the quiet grandeur of space's tapestry, that MGY turned inward, guided by an insight. True mastery of their mission began with understanding the universe within themselves. Era, the empath whose perceptive brilliance had become a steady lighthouse throughout their journey, joined MGY at the ship's observatory, a chamber of transparent walls, unobscured by the bounds of metal or time. The universe spilled in from all directions, and infinity mirrored in the eyes of those who dared to look deeply. Era, MGY began, their voice a gentle sonority merging with the ship's ambient hum. Through our voyage, we have sought understanding of the cosmos, yet its deepest echo asks us to first understand ourselves. How do we reconcile the turmoil within when faced with such grand design? Era met MGY's gaze with serene intensity, her eyes capturing the distant nebulae as though drawing cosmic wisdom from their colors. Empathy, Mai, starts from within. It is the acceptance of one's vulnerabilities and strengths, the delicate interplay of chaos and order in our own hearts. This acceptance is the key to embracing the wider universe. Guided by Ira's empathic insight, MGWI considered their journey, a tapestry of encounters and revelations that spanned galaxies and souls. Each step had broadened their understanding of balance. They realized that navigating the cosmos and its variegated realms meant navigating one's soul with equal diligence. So to truly reflect grace and balance, MGY mused, sensing that Ira's truths resonated directly with the signal's core, we must look within as much as without, marrying the dichotomies within our essence. Era nodded, a small smile gracing her lips. Exactly. The universe is not just out there, she gestured to the vast spread of stars, but here, she pointed gently at MGY's chest. Every choice, every doubt, understanding them transforms you from mediator to creator. The luminescent echoes of their conversation wrapped around them, each idea an extended hand reaching across the expanse of personal discovery. MGY turned their focus inward, exploring memories long silenced, motivations questioned, and fears pronounced, parts of their past now illuminated by this new light of self-empathy. In this communion, MGY felt the innate duality within themselves, order and chaos, fear and hope, loss and potential, uncurl like tendrils before the ethereal dawn. The acceptance of these emotions and truths imbued their essence with newfound strength, knitting together previously disparate threads into a cohesive whole. Ira, MGI said, clarity toning their voice. In accepting our own lives, we grasp the universe's narrative. We, too, are creators of timeless orbits. Indeed, the cosmos was a canvas, diverse, beautiful, and infinitely unfolding before them. With this realization, MGWA understood their role anew, not merely as a guardian bound to balance, but as a participant in life's grand refrain, fostering connections broader and deeper than any single mission could encapsulate. As the luminary path and its crew continued their journey, guided by the luminance of stars and the rhythmic heartbeat of the signal echoing within, MGWA embraced their own evolving destiny. Beyond the immediacy of cosmic conflict, beyond the ambitions of mortals and gods alike, lay the path they now chose, born of understanding and empathy, a path leading to shared futures yet undreamed. Together with Ira and their gathered allies, MGWA faced the approaching convergence, not with trepidation, but with purpose and peace, ready to illuminate the coming days with the profound understanding that every orbit, every decision was an integral part of the eternal symphony, a note in the boundless song of life itself. Chapter 19, The Signal's Summit. The Aetherion expanse lay silently afire, a sea of starlight mirroring the tumultuous undercurrents churning beneath its deceptive calm. MGWI, aware of the cosmos's watchful gaze, navigated this serene chaos with newfound resolve. The pulse of the signal, now a constant companion, echoed like a heartbeat in MGY's core, a call to action requiring the strategic orchestration of a cosmic summit, a meeting where fates would collide, reshaped by shared vision or irrevocable conflict. Assembling in the starlit chambers of the Nexus held a certain gravitas, a convergence echoing the ancient councils where cosmos-born decisions set realities in motion. Here, allies and adversaries alike gathered, their presence a living mosaic of intent and consequence. Within this expanse, MGWI stood at the helm, a shepherd amid a constellation of aspirations, each seeking dominion over the signal's unyielding promise. Era and the empathic resonance she nurtured underscored the summit's heart, her presence a transformative force tethering opposing passions to a singular path. The harmonic cadence she established served as a reminder of the unity glimpsed across their shared journey, a unity demanding realization amidst diverse ambitions. Arrayed within this celestial conclave were entities whose insights and desires had molded the universe's path across time. Solandis shone with a luminance born of eons-old wisdom, while Kael'Zaphyr embodied the dark energy of potential in constant flux. Among them moved Lysanda Voss, whose own transformation mirrored the dynamic interplay of change now poised against the cosmic stage. Each member sat ready to seize or surrender their claim upon the signal's enigmatic might. Fellow stewards and architects of fate, MGY began, their voice amplified by the cosmic symbols of the celestial nexus. We gather under the aegis of the signal, a force neither solely chaos nor order, but one inviting us to meld understanding with power. A murmured wave undulated through the assembly, an acknowledgement of the delicate balance threading their union. The promise of unity, ephemeral yet sacred, hovered within reach, demanding articulation not just of words, but of shared purpose. Kale Zypher was first to speak, his cadence sweeping through the gathering like a starry gale. The signal challenges our very nature, an inherently chaotic weave brimming with promise yet threatening obliteration. Its wisdom lies in acceptance, not domination. Solandis followed suit, his presence instilling an ambient clarity. Indeed, its potential heralds a future sculpted not by singular will, but through the forging of paths yet unexplored. More than balance, we seek coalescence, an alliance of thought and ambition guided by the wisdom of the signal. The council continued, the interplay of ideas and aspirations a tapestry of brilliant motion. Truths emerged like stellar blooms, weaving a narrative both emancipating and binding. As factions found common ground through the shared revelations of their quest, MGY felt the resplendent pull of equilibrium itself drawing them towards resolution. Yet amidst this convergence of hope lay the specter of old grievances, shadow memories underscoring past decisions born not of insight but insularity. It was Ira who brought the summit back into focus, her voice a soundless echo draping the proceedings. In embracing our stories, we find our futures. The signal offers not just balance but understanding, paths where diverse spirits might thrive together. A contemplative silence followed, each cosmic actor considering the weight of their alliances anew. Within this stillness was seated the kernel of potential, a unity embracing neither victory nor submission, but a mutual illumination of what could be co-created. MGY invoked their essence, a luminary beacon casting hope across the assembly's collected energies. As with every orbit, MGY intoned, our intentions must resolve in echo, transcending mortal bounds to flow like cosmic tides. Let us channel the signal's song, a harmony crafting futures framed not in shadow, but possibility. Across the starlit chamber, the signal's rhythm surged, a collective heartwarming resonance palpitating with potential, signaling agreement in silent accord. Subtly, the universe recalibrated around them, a new dawn forged from the myriad voices emanating from this celestial summit, a symphony orchestrated by an alliance sworn to poetic equilibrium. As the meeting concluded, new light filled the Nexus, a refraction of shared commitment expressed through diverse souls, destined to weave an order grounded in evolution. Here, under the perpetual gaze of the cosmos, MGY glimpsed the promise of an era where dichotomies faded, giving rise to the enchanted truth of eternal orbits, a universe eternally renewed by unity born not from hegemony, but mutual discovery. This summit, then, marked neither an end nor merely a beginning, but an open refrain, a commitment witnessed by stars and echoed through the vast sunlit fields of creation, promising endless chapters not yet inscribed within the cosmic ledger. As their paths unfurled onward, MGY sensed the potential for beauty in the very dance of opposites, a path where every being sang a verse within the grand, unfurling hymn of unity. Chapter 20. Forging Alliances. The ether around the celestial nexus was alight with a rare tension, one that thrummed with anticipation and the gravity of newfound alliances bound under the whisper of the enigmatic signal. MGY stood amidst this symphony, feeling the weight of their mission take shape through the chorus of luminous souls surrounding them. This was the moment to solidify the threads spun during the summit, weaving bonds that spanned the cosmos and transcended the realm of individual gain. The cosmic choir of present allies resonated with an unspoken understanding. Here, solitudes melded into unity, aligning hearts and minds across a galaxy as diverse as it was vast. MGY felt the pulse of the signal intertwining with the ether, a constant urge calling for balance, a dance as old as time itself, yet brimming with fresh potential. Each ally carried with them the echoes of their respective realms, Solandis with his eternal luminescence, offering the clarity of order, Kale Zypher cloaked in shadows, the embodiment of chaos's potential for transformation, Era with her empathic insights guiding them with emotional clarity, and Lysanda Voss, whose journey from antagonism to partnership symbolized the very convergence they sought. MGY addressed those gathered, their voice a beacon aimed at the heart of destiny. Our journey has culminated in this convergence of purpose, they began, their voice woven with confidence and empathy. Let the alliances we forge here not just balance the cosmic scales, but redefine the dance of order and chaos into a harmony the universe has yearned for. The room, an amphitheater of stars, hummed with anticipation, a canvas awaiting the brush of celestial cooperation. Each attending entity felt the weight of history poised on the brink of transformation, a shared responsibility drawn into the Nexus by the gravity of their intentions. From the assembly's core, Solandis' luminescent form cast an encompassing embrace. With insight gained from this journey, he remarked, we see that order, untempered by chaos, becomes stagnant. Let our paths illuminate together to forge a society where light and shadow coexist within the tapestry of life. The Voidborn, driven more by ethereal potential than terrestrial ambition, offered their contribution through Kale Zypher's solemn form. Let us channel our inherent chaos into creation, not destruction, he proposed. May our actions ripple across time itself, a canvas where new stars are born in the interstellar dance of chaos and order. Ira nodded, her empathic awareness linking the emotional tones that swirled within this stellar environment. Emotion and logic blend here as they do within us, she intoned. This empathy we carry forward, a guide for integrating myriad truths into one vision. Together, we ensure no voice dims beneath another's shadow. The synergy born within this assembly felt palpable, a new constellation forged through shared understanding, illuminating the path forward where individual stars once stood alone. MGWA sensed the unfolding of a new era, one where shared goals promised to regenerate cosmic balance, not through power, but through mutual respect and understanding. The signal, a constant refrain, vibrated through the chamber, a universal resonance swelling to synchronize their ambitions, to channel shared energies into a cohesive symphony. As MGWI observed the resonant harmony evolving before them, they felt a profound rejoicing within their core, a conviction that this summit marked a forward arc into the creation of a future defined by unity. In a gesture symbolic of their pledge, each member of the assembly located their place within the starry nexus, consciousnesses entwined along threads spanning dimensions and diverging realities, a tangible testament to what was possible when purpose transcended the boundaries of existence itself. In quiet acknowledgement, Lysanda stepped toward MGY, her fierce demeanor tempered by newfound camaraderie. The cosmos is wide, and its maps unwritten, she murmured, extending a hand firm with the promise of exploration. MGY accepted, the bond between their palms more than just physical, a shared promise etched in the fabric of existence. Together, these disparate entities committed to a collective vision, their convergence an enduring flame within the spatial void that yielded to none but hope. As the summit drew to a close, the cosmic pathways unfurled with potential, each star not only illumination, but a guide in the charted journey ahead. There, beneath the unending sky, MGYI and their allies turned toward the cosmos, to fill the unbounded canvas with futures greater than any individual alone could dream. Through the bounds of reality and imagination, the signal's echo shared its whispered truth. Life was an eternal orbit, where alliances were forged in the nexus of understanding and acceptance, crafting a universe where every element found its place to thrive. As MGWI'd this harmonic journey into tomorrow, the universe itself seemed to hum along, promising greatness through the luminary beacon of shared destiny, a manifesto to an existence woven with the living light of common purpose and luminous potential. Chapter 21, Resonance of Blades. The Aetherion Expanse, so long a silent witness to cosmic conflicts and the machinations of incomprehensible forces, now vibrated with the palpable tension of impending confrontation. MGWA stood at the helm of their gathered allies, each participant a note within the vast symphony that resonated across the universe. Here, in the infinite sweep of the galaxy's embrace, alliances would be tested in the crucible of battle, a dance of blades and belief in which every step mattered. Around them, starships from diverse realms coalesced, formations gleaming like precious gemstones against the velvety backdrop of space. The tension thrummed through the assembled fleets, a coursing energy that intertwined with the signal's rhythm. This was the culmination of their journey, a convergence where destinies from across the expanse were forged anew in the fire of conflict. Solandis's luminescent ships, exemplars of the precision and discipline order promised, surged forward, their formations a radiant mandala against the darkness. In counterpoint, the Voidborn's armada, ships crackling with chaotic energy, spiraled through the cosmic battlefield, their unpredictable maneuvers a celebration of calculated anarchy. Together they formed the unwritten anthem of the struggle between light and dark, a symphony as deadly as it was beautiful. MGWI, at the center of this maelstrom, felt the pulse of the signal align with their very being, a harmonic resonance that fueled their resolve. They understood that this was not merely a battle for dominance, but a pivotal moment where the very fabric of existence could be rewoven. The signal had opened paths of understanding. The challenge now lay in guiding them through the cacophony of conflict toward harmony. "To your stations," MGA commanded, their voice seamless with authority and empathy, carried across the channels to every ally. "Remember what we strive for, a balance born not merely from victory, but from the understanding and unity forged here today." The response flickered across consoles and screens, affirmations and acknowledgments creating a tapestry of shared determination. Each member of this cosmic coalition bore witness to the significance of their actions, their diverse aspirations harmonizing under the common cause MGW championed. Kael'Zephyr, his craft a shadowed comet within the Voidborn fleet, communicated across the boundless space between them. "Do not fear the chaos, Engel. Embrace it, for in chaos, we uncover creativity and potential undiscovered in the dominions of light." The Guardian echoed this sentiment in their heart, aware of the nuanced truth contained within. Battle commenced, shimmering arcs of energy and shadow lashing out in a dance as timeless as the forces they represented. At the heart of this clash, MGY engaged their ship thrusters, leading maneuvers that wove through the maelstrom with preternatural grace. Around them, stars blinked in an unending canvas, their light casting ethereal shadows over the conflict below, symbols of endurance and continuity unyielded by time. Arcs of energy sizzled through the void, Solandis's forces delivering strikes with precision that painted bright trails across the darkness. In counterpoint, the Voidborn used the momentum of chaos, converting unpredictability and spontaneous creativity into a strategic advantage. Their alliance was a dance where every movement counted, every breath a measure. In the thick of combat, Lysanda Voss, captain of her piratical flotilla, provided critical subversion, a strategic weaving through the battlefield, disrupting enemy advances and leveraging opportunities. Her ship danced a pirouette amidst the stars, an undeniable force of change in the engagement. To see both sides spin in such interplay, she quipped over shared comm channels, is like bearing witness to a cosmic ballet. MG Boai smiled amidst the intensity, acknowledging the truth in her words. Every element in this celestial conflict spoke to a choreography of ancient antagonisms now transformed into a potentially resilient alliance. As the battle raged, MG Wei felt a rising crescendo within the signal's frequency, an indicator not just of conflict but of opportunity, a reminder that within chaos and order lay a delicate balance. Their path lay not in obliteration, but in the expression of new possibilities emerging from the crucible of conflict. Seeing a critical point amid the din, MGYI relayed a set of coordinates derived from the signal's pulse, a convergence point where the energies of both forces could be redirected, their destructive potential utilized instead for greater creation. "Coordinate all fire on my mark," MGY instructed, their tone one of focused clarity. With precise intent, both the forces of light and dark converged their energies, a radiant synthesis channeling their combined potential toward the fracture point. The resulting convergence shattered the immediate area in a spectacular cascade of light and energy, disintegrating adversarial threats and reshaping the battlefield's dynamics. In the aftermath, as smoke and stardust coalesced across the vast arena, a silence profound and resonant descended, a prelude to contemplation. The air shimmered in the afterglow of their shared purpose, a testament to painstakingly achieved balance amid all disparities. As the ships reoriented themselves, lulls of motion making space for reflection, MGY stood a moment longer at the helm, absorbing the significance of what had transpired. The roar of battle had given way to the hum of unity, revealing a profound truth. Through shared vision and perseverance, even the sharp edges of conflict could forge the firmest tools for understanding. In this resonance of blades lay the promise of what could be, an eternal orbit defined not by dichotomy, but by synergy and shared resolve. In this chapter, MGY and their allies had crafted more than a tactical success. They had molded a precursor to an era transcending traditional confines, one where each star could whisper its secrets, each shadow reveal its light, and each cosmic force find its place within the grand design of eternal orbits. Chapter 22. Chapter 22, Dreams of a Guardian. The echoes of the recent battle quieted to a gentle hum as Luminary Path glided through the stillness of space. The vastness of the universe stretched infinitely beyond the windows of MGY's chamber, stars twinkling against the black expanse like a billion watchful eyes. MGY stood contemplative, feeling the weight of the journey settle into a reflective pause, a serene aftermath following the turbulence of conflict. As the ship moved through the Aetherion, MGY found themselves drawn inward, a voice from their past whispering through the corridors of their mind. It was time to confront a truth they had long carried, a pivotal moment somewhere in the folds of history that both haunted and propelled them. The moment now unfurled within the torpor of their dreams, a memory wrapped tightly in sadness and potential, a star yet to be born. MGY had not always been the stalwart guardian commanded by duty and poised by mission. There was a time, long before the resonance of the signal led their path, where they had stood at the precipice of a choice, much like the one they faced now. A choice that had not gone as planned, a moment where the universe had staggered into imbalance. In the starlit confines of their quarters, MGY lowered themselves onto a crystalline bench, allowing the pressurizing grasp of remembrance to envelop them. They closed their eyes, inviting the memory in with deliberate breath, feeling it skitter across their senses like spectral déjà vu. It was an epoch where MGY had worn the mantle not only of guardian, but of an idealist, burning with the fervor to enact change without concession. A younger version of themselves believed in the absolute dominion of order, a universe molded perfectly by celestial rules and harmonious regulations, a sanctified existence free from the ebbs of chaos. But the balance they sought had slipped through their grasp like sand, arrogance and oversight blinding them to the nuance that lay within the unknown. As MGY enforced their perceived harmony, a rift had been torn open, one where domicile entities of chaos had rested. The resulting disarray emphasized the fractals of existence they had so ardently tried to smooth. The universe's reaction had been as swift as it was inevitable. Forces sought equilibrium, a cosmic upheaval that echoed through the corridors of time. MGY had learned in that misstep the burdens of absolutes and the price of singular truth's dominance. In that moment of failure, MGY had turned inward, grappling with the complexity of their purpose, a purpose that could not rest upon the shoulders of order alone. They had vowed to learn, to understand every aspect of the cosmic dance they inhabited. It had become the catalyst for their growth, a seed that germinated into the openness of their current journey, empathy and reason entwined. This was the truth that now lay behind their determination, a past that taught them the value of duality and the power of humility. Realizing that neither order nor chaos could stand unimpeded, MGY had embraced a guardianship that safeguarded all elements of existence. The signal, in its cyclical mysteries, had only reaffirmed this journey, a call to unite the past's lessons with the present's aspirations. Rising from the bench, MGY opened their eyes, the universe exploding into view once more. Each star was a silent witness to their dreams, echoing the cosmic symphony that played now within their soul. A melody not of regret, but of hope. The voice of the past had not been a mere specter of failure, but a reminder of growth forged in the crucible of experience. MGY understood their journey was not one of redemption for past mistakes, but the assurance of a future shaped by kindness and wisdom, an opportunity to carve an epoch of balance, woven from the temporal threads they now steered with compassion. As MGWAI gazed into the galaxy's infinite reach, they felt the universe resonate in silent agreement, an affirmation of potential, boundless and eternal. The cosmos did not chastise the past. It embraced the potential for creation and change, the dreams of a guardian which spiraled endlessly into the heart of eternity. Taking solace in this reflection, MGWAI turned from the starscape, their step lightened by the burden transformed into strength. As they prepared to rejoin their allies, the signal pulsed through their essence, a reminder that every dream, every insight, was a unique note within the sonorous expanse of eternal orbits, a cosmic waltz layered with harmony, growth, and endless possibility. Chapter 23. Chapter 23. The Celestial Nexus. Under the whispered promises of stars and the awakened beat of the signal, MGWAI and their allies navigated deeper into the folds of the Nyxari abyss. This time, the journey into chaos was more than a confrontation. It was a transformation. The abyss, once a place solely of foreboding, was now a bridge poised to align the cosmos's eternal opposites. MGWAI stepped forth into the shifting plains of the abyss, aware that their essence, refined through trials, was now part of a vast nexus, a network of energies longing for unity. Chaos and order no longer stood as adversaries, but danced like age-old companions beneath the cosmos's spreading tapestry. Each of their allies, a testament to the journey's shared resolve, unfurled their own light amidst the swirling shadows. Solandis stood with luminous fortitude, his radiance a bastion against the void's encroaching embrace. Kale Zyphir, once a figure of pure darkness, now wielded the power of chaos with gentle purpose, the chaos within tempered to harmonize with the signal's call. Era's empathic aura resonated with the abyss itself, a tide drawing unspoken emotions into a chorus of understanding. Lysanda Voss, the once daring rogue, now stood resolute, her ambitions aligning with a cosmos ready to weave new stories from existing threads. The celestial nexus materialized before them, a pulsating orb suspended at the heart of the abyss. This was the heart of the universe's dualistic flow, the center where chaos and order swirled into a single amalgam. The signal coiled around it like a hungry tendril, its resonance inviting participation within the symphony of existence, a call to balance, waiting to be answered. MGWAI felt the pulse of the Nexus, a vibration synchronizing with the rhythm of their own being, a unity echoing the symphony they had forged throughout their quest. This was the moment where past, present, and future danced together, a convergence both infinite and singular. "Here lies the path we must forge," MGWAI stated, their voice steady in the shimmering half-light of the Nexus. "This is where understanding morphs into action, where the balance we protect becomes harmony we embrace." The Nexus vibrated with the signal's energy, a conduit of potential, urging each being present to contribute to the unfolding cosmos. MGWAI stepped forward, hands outstretched toward the pulsating hub. "We offer unity," they declared, the words punctuated by the silent power of shared resolve, a tapestry woven from the light of order and the passion of chaos, a pledge to nurture the universe we seek to serve. Beside them, Solandis and Kale Zyphir joined their energies, luminosity intertwining shadows in a dance of creation. The Nexus hummed in response, enveloping their combined energies in a cocoon of interstellar threads. As the strands of order and chaos merged, Era lent her empathy, a guiding light threading through the intricacies of unity, her intuition channeling the incipient harmony into coherent force. Lysanda, ever instrumental in turning chaos into opportunity, added her spark, the audacity to dream infusing the orchestration with newfound vibrancy. The signal pulsed in acknowledgement, ripples expanding outward, a symphony echoing across the Aetherion and beyond. The celestial nexus, now fueled by a balance realized, transformed into a catalyst of creation, revealing nascent potentials straining at existence's edges. In that moment, MGWAI knew they were not alone. A universe stood with them, cradling both light and shadow, potential and realization, all as components of a greater whole. Amidst the resonating euphony, MGWAI glimpsed the reflection of endless possibilities, worlds reborn within the eternal orbit of equilibrium, a testament to shared intent and stewardship. Together with their alliance, MGWAI wove their hopes and aspirations into the heart of the Nexus, their dreams of a cosmos defined by understanding taking flight on the widening arcs of creation. Here lay the simplicity and grandeur of the universe, an unfurling chorus bound by the connectivity of its divergent elements, a unity speaking through harmony, where voices were many, yet the song singular. Thus, from the heart of the celestial nexus, MGY and their allies seeded a new chapter, a reality infused with the potential for peace, unchallenged by discord, where the narrative of existence was not merely lived, but embraced with every cosmic beat of the universe's celestial heart. Through eternal orbits, a balance crafted not by one's strength, but by the truth that life in its myriad forms sang as one. Chapter 24. Chapter 24, Shattering the Shardworlds. As the signal's resonance suffused the cosmic abyss, MGY prepared to take their newly forged harmony to the fractured Arcanist Shardworlds, a region teetering on the precipice of cosmic disarray. The Nexus had shown them a vision of balance, yet achieving it required confronting the tumultuous forces gathering among the Shardworlds, where old factions risked reigniting the fires of discord. The Shardworlds, a sprawling assemblage of cosmic fragments suspended across a wavering gravitational plane, each shard a testament to creation's promise and its inherent volatility. Here, the signal had rippled forth with unusual intensity, stoking frayed alliances and ambitions born of desperation and hope. MGWI and their allies journeyed to this volatile frontier, their presence a beacon of stability seeking to guide disparate factions toward the balance captured within the Nexus's guiding light. The signal pulsed more insistently here, as if sensing both the perils and possibilities that lay before them. Upon arriving, MGWI was met by a chorus of uncertainty, voiced by an array of beings whose diverse visions sought dominion over the chaotic landscape. The Shardworlds loomed above, below, and around, their jagged surfaces reflecting the light from nascent stars, a fractured mirror for the unyielded cosmos. Among the assembled factions were those who saw the signal as a means to absolute power, others as a harbinger of liberation, while some, like MGWI's alliance, envisioned it as a bridge to fortify unity and embrace collective potential. As MGWI embarked upon their task, they first turned to Era, whose empathic gifts provided much-needed insight. Her presence was a calming tide amidst the eddies of ambition and fear. "They seek direction, MY," Era said softly, her intuition cutting through the surface discord. "Fear obscures their vision, yet hope persists beneath." With this clarity, MY moved to address the factions, their voice resonating across the gathered assembly, a living chord vibrating with both reason and conviction. "Beings of the Shardworlds," MGY announced, their ethereal presence demanding attention amidst the chaotic interplay. "Today we face a choice, to let the signal divide us further or to allow its melody to harmonize our paths." Era's presence lent weight to MGY's words, her empathy stitching together the listening hearts with the resonances of the Alliance. Around them, Solandis' radiance melded with Kelzephir's dynamic shadow, a physical testament to the unity they hoped to inspire, a symphony of light and dark woven in balance. But not all welcomed this message of symmetry. From the throng emerged factions driven by wariness or the seductive promise of personal gain. Chief among them was Tarlis Vint, a towering figure whose history of dominance in the Shardworlds spoke to both accomplishment and arrogance. "The signal's power is raw and unclaimed," Tarlis argued, his voice slashing through the hopeful resolve like an unsheathed blade. "Why bend to harmony when we can forge realms anew from its potential?" In response, MGWay recalled their own history, the lessons of absolution burned by misjudged dominion. Gazing upon the gathered assembly, they spoke to Tarlis and all those who shared his perspective. "True power lies not in dominion but in shared purpose. What we forge today will echo through eternity. Let it be more than a mere refrain we seek to control. Let it be an anthem we compose together." Tarlis hesitated, the resplendent sincerity in MGOI's declaration causing the tides of ambition that swirled about him to falter, revealing the tenuous link between control and cooperation. The echoes of the past played upon him, and within the resonance that followed, whispers of possibility sang louder than the clamor for power. MGW's presence, an embodiment of nurtured wisdom, now commanded the assembly. They saw hearts swell with the desire not for plunder, but for survival and transcendence. Inspired by the spiritual truths handed down through the networked Nexus, the gathered factions hesitated, then inclined toward collaborative creation over further fragmentation. And so, guided by empathy and understanding, MG-Doi led an effort to recalibrate the ambitions of the Shardworlds, forging fragile partnerships bound by the promises of balance. Against all odds, disparate voices began to align, striking a cautious accord even as the signal continued to whisper its timeless song. From the embers of contention rose a shared vision, worlds of potential prepared to meld into a cohesive paradigm, not defined by victory or defeat, but by diverse paths converging toward unity. Perceptions shifted and understanding flourished, a tapestry woven by the hands of many for the future of all. The reverberating signal flowed through the accomplishments of that day, its potent song restored not through conquest, but through collaboration, a wonder born of collective will. As the Shardworlds rotated within the frame of the cosmic canvas once more, MGY and their comrades stood amongst leaders reconciled, hope ignited anew. As the caretaker of eternity's celestial dance, MGY watched as alliances shimmered with newfound luminescence, the promise of gardens yet to bloom deep within the heart of the cosmos, harbingers of a resurrected balance within the eternal orbits they so fiercely cherished. Chapter 25. Invocation of Balance. The gathering twilight of the Shardworlds cast an ethereal glow over the makeshift council assembled on that fractured realm, where MGY and their allies now stood poised to address the rippling tensions spanning the cosmos. The signal, having stirred the very core of the Aetherion, had become both a source of aspiration and an agent of unrest. MGY knew this moment demanded not merely words, but something deeper, a commitment to a collective future gleaned from hard-won unity. The Council, a conglomeration of influential figures and wise entities drawn from the farthest reaches of the universe, had come to witness an invocation, the crafting of a blueprint for shared existence bound by respect for contrast and communion. Solandis, the luminous beacon of order, stood ready, his presence calm and resolute. Beside him, Kael Zyphir, exuding the essence of controlled chaos, seemed more a partner than an adversary, a dance long due its harmonious conclusion. Ira's empathetic aura lent a cohesive strength to their gathering, grounding their intentions in the shared emotional currents flowing through them all. Lysanda Voss encapsulated the journey of transformation, an emblem of audacious hope. MGY called upon their inner strength, drawing forth the wisdom garnered from endless solar reveries and shadowed truth. This invocation was more than the culmination of their mission. It was the realization of their dreams, the dream of a cosmos at peace with its own duality. They began, their voice a beacon reaching across time and space, born from the resonant heart of the signal itself. Forces of Aetherion, realms of order and chaos, MGY intoned, the rhythm of their speech a tapestry of light and shadow. We stand on the precipice of both revelation and resurgence, a time where celestial design may once again echo its harmonious intent. The council nodded, a procession of diverse nods and silent affirmations echoing through the assembly. The potential for unity, once a quiet whisper, now buzzed with urgency in the stardust-saturated sky. Let the signal be an agent of coalescence, a hymn not of division, but of our interconnected destinies. MGY continued, their words weaving a resonance that captured the attention of every soul present. In its echo, may we find the strength to forge a symphony where all voice their own truths, yet together craft a singular melody. Solandis, eyes reflecting the refracted spectrum of cosmic energies, stepped forward to affirm the Guardian's invocation. Order is the hallmark of understanding, the lens through which potentialities are realized. In balance, we recognize the necessity of its counterpart, chaos, a force of change without which we stagnate. Kael Zyphir, the living embodiment of constructive upheaval, mirrored the sentiment. Chaos ignites creation, unchaining us from the confines of predictability. Joined with order, we embrace a future where creativity flourishes unfettered. Together, they framed the essence of the gathering, creating unity without unraveling individuality, a celestial dance now breathed life into existence by shared intent. Era's empathic clarity filled the gaps, her presence a guiding light. Let empathy be our compass, where every emotion, every thought forges links in our grand narrative. As final threads of anticipation intertwined, MGY closed their invocation, inviting the signal's song to lift their collective spirits. Together, we invoke balance, an eternal orbit where shadows cast no fear and light withholds no truth. In unison, the gathered assembly felt the transition, a soft enfolding touch that seemed to weave the fabric of space around them into a tighter, more resilient tapestry. Hearts resonated with a collective yearning, moments aligning into a chorus that struck the heart of what it meant to be alive in a universe vast yet intimately woven. The Aetherion, in its unfathomable grandeur, whispered its approval, stars and forgotten realms alike echoing the invocation, the commitment to a future unfurled through Unity's arc. As the gathering dispersed, MGY lingered, their gaze sweeping over the myriad faces and forms now infused with shared purpose. Gone was the isolation of before. Here lay the bright luminescence of community, an era forged not by domination of elements, but through their embrace and harmonization. Onward, the signal pulsed, a remembrance and a promise of futures yet untold. MGY, guardian of this cosmic symphony, knew their footsteps were now inscribed within the boundless annals of eternal orbits, destined to guide creations unimagined, their unyielding refrain a testament to life forever renewed by the confluence of harmony and eternal choreographies of truth. From the heart of the Shardworlds, the celestial call rang true, as the signal, through its very presence, radiating change across the tapestry of existence, celebrated the beauty and intricacy of what they had built, a universe thriving not in isolation, but indivisible understanding. Through their invocation, the dance of creation and purpose found its measure, singing the praises of life eternally interwoven along the galaxy's endless stretch. Chapter 26, An Arrival in Eternity. The cosmic stillness settled over the Arcani's Shardworlds like a comforting shroud, as MGY and their coalition bore witness to a quiet yet profound transformation. The signal's presence, now woven into the very fabric of their shared understanding, resonated not as a force of dominance, but as a guiding luminary, illuminating paths of cooperation forged through the trials and triumphs of their journey. Amidst the fractured landscapes, a new presence descended. Emberly, a figure seemingly woven from the very fabric of the cosmos, arrived with a serene and otherworldly grace that seemed to still the stars themselves. Her presence shimmered in the nexus of light and shadow, her form a living embodiment of cosmic balance. MGY felt the universe's breath catch in anticipation, aware that Emberly's arrival promised insights with the power to transcend their current understanding. She approached with a wisdom that seemed ancient and omnipresent, her presence both reassuring and profound. The assembly, comprising allies from across the Expanse, including Solandis, Kale Zyphir, Ira, and Lysanda, turned their collective attention towards this luminous new arrival. Emberly's gaze swept over them, eyes like twin galaxies reflecting the hopes and dreams of countless worlds. Emberly, MGY greeted, their voice a harmonious blend of respect and curiosity. You have come to us at a moment of great convergence. What truths do you carry from the depths of the eternal? Emberly smiled, a gesture that seemed to light up the very fabric of reality. I bring not truths untold, but reflections of what your hearts have whispered throughout your journey. The signal, this cosmic symphony you've endeavored to guide, is a mirror, a reflection of the universe's yearning for equilibrium. Her words resonated deeply within the gathered assembly, the eloquence of simplicity penetrating the layers of complexity they had navigated. She continued, her voice a gentle echo in the expanse. Balance is not a destination, but a state of being. It is found not in the silencing of discord, but in the harmony woven from its embrace. Era, sensing Emberly's profound empathy, spoke, her voice the gentle lilt of a guiding breeze. You speak of a balance crafted through understanding, a unity not just displayed, but deeply felt. In this we see the universe's silent song. Kale Zyphir, ever the embodiment of chaos's unpredictable beauty, nodded in agreement. Embrace the discord to uncover the melody. It is the cacophony that leads us to harmony. Emberly acknowledged this wisdom with a nod, her essence radiating a warmth that seemed to infuse every heart with newfound resolve. You have journeyed through darkness and light, found allies where there were once foes, and forged unity from fragmentation. This is the truest form of balance, to find peace amidst the paradox of existence. The signal pulsed in shared resonance, its energy weaving through the myriad threads tying them all together, an acknowledgement of the growth each had achieved. Attuned to this rhythm, stepped forward with a serenity they had not fully embraced until now. Then let us carry this understanding forward, beyond this moment, MGY declared. As guardians of the eternal orbits, we are custodians of the potential inherent in every soul, charged with nurturing the harmony only coexistence can yield. As the light of Emberly's presence bathed the assembly, each ally felt the impact of her words and the vision for the future they now shared. It was a path illuminated by the concerted effort of every being present, a promise to steer their worlds toward unity, mindful of the beautiful interplay between harmony and contrast. The cosmos seemed to exhale, and in that sigh, a new dawn unfurled across the collective consciousness, a glowing testament to the strength found in diversity and the unity fostered from shared intent. This arrival in eternity was more than a mere chapter's close. It was an invitation to embody the eternal symphony, where every creature, every star, and every shadow played its part in the universe's endless dance. As MGY and their allies turned from their conclave, carried on the wings of potential to the lit horizons of their gathered realms, they felt the comforting assurance of what had been achieved, a universe now poised not on the brink of division, but at the dawn of shared purpose. In the limitless grandeur of this existence, they glimpsed the unending path of eternal orbits, where life's greatest refrain was not dictated by repetitive verses, but by the evolving symphony of all creation, crafted anew with each breath, each decision, and each harmonious step along their boundless cosmic journey. Chapter 27, Twilight of the Titans. As the dawn of understanding spread across the Arcanist Shardworlds, MGWA and their newfound allies prepared for what was poised to become a defining moment within the eternal struggle. The Solaris Citadel stood resilient against the canvas of space, a beacon of order surrounded by the endless potential of the cosmos. Here, beneath its grand arches and spiraling towers, MGWAI knew the final strands of the narrative woven by the signal were converging. With the signal now a harmonious presence throughout the Aetherion, its call to unity had gathered the forces of Solandis and Kale Zyphir at the Citadel, two titans of perception, prepared to transcend the dichotomous dance that the universe had long played, a dance that had often ended in discord and destruction. This was a summit where neither looked to overpower, but to understand and unify. Within the Citadel's heart, where the echo of decisions manifest, MGWA assembled with their allies. Solandis, in his radiance, portrayed the wisdom and structure order had lent to the cosmos. Kale Zyphir, his form a tapestry of shadows and brilliance, embodied the chaotic potential that sparked innovation and change. Each leader was prepared to engage not as an adversary but as a collaborator in crafting a new narrative where duality was acknowledged, celebrated, and reconciled. MGWA stepped forward, their presence a medley of the lessons and truths gathered from their odyssey across the realms. Solandis, Kale Zyphir, MGWA addressed, their voice laden with the gravitas of what lay before them. The time has come to weave the tapestry anew, not as fragments opposing, but as threads in a unified design. The vast chamber resonated with the Guardian's words, each particle alight with the collective memories and hopes of a universe that had long yearned for such a resolution. Solandis inclined his head, his presence as steady as the stars that guided travelers across the Aetherion. In order, we have sought stability, a structure to cradle the potential within our grasp, yet our singular pursuit has often cast shadows where light alone cannot reach. Kale Zyphir, a figure both solid and ephemeral, acknowledged with a reflective smile. Chaos, in its unending dance, has painted possibilities where static lines deceive. But without the foundation order offers, our artistry becomes untamed tempest, consuming what we might otherwise create. MGWA watched as these truths, once considered disparate, transformed into facets of an uncut gem, a universe waiting to be polished through the joint stewardship of those assembled. This was the signal's true power, not as an alien force to be wielded, but as a catalyst for cooperative evolution. Emberly, the cosmic mediator whose arrival had refracted their path into the possibilities of unified balance, offered guidance in her tempered voice. Let this twilight be the time we honor the complexity inherent within. As you stand here, embodiments of boundless potential, remember, There is strength in intertwined fates, where shadows and light cast shapes known only to those who dare to dream beyond limitation. With these words, Solandis and Kale-Zephyr extended their energies, Order's luminous waves and Chaos's swirling shadows entwining above the chamber. Their collective will manifested a radiant sphere of equilibrium, a living testament to what had been achieved through shared effort. The signal resonated within this sphere, a silent chorus singing of futures yet to unfold. As the likeness of stars and void blended, MGY understood that this was the summit of their journey, a twilight where titans laid down their conflicts and embraced the dawn of a new paradigm. It was a recognition that true power lay not in singular triumphs, but in communal victories, not in dominating forces, but in their integration. I once feared imbalance, MGY confessed, their voice echoing into the chamber's expansive embrace. Yet through each trial, I discovered that balance is not a static point, but a dynamic interplay, a course we chart together. With the twilight of their reconciliation burning softly around them, each being present could sense the cosmos itself exhale, a gentle release of tension it had held for eons and expectations unmet, dreams forsaken. The citadel, now the cradle of newfound equilibrium, vibrated with the promise of what they could achieve as one. The titans of order and chaos, once formidable avatars of opposition, now stood united in the light of co-creation, a harmony not born from strife, but from an acceptance of each other's necessity within the universal order. As MGBOAI and their allies stepped back from this union, they felt the strength of a cosmos affirmed, a vibrant testament to the ongoing dance of eternal orbits. Here, where shadows formed day-long allies with light, where every being felt their true potential contributed to the broader symphony of the cosmos, a future unfurled that was shaped by the graceful acceptance of balance and the courageous pursuit of hope. In this twilight, MGW knew the universe sang anew, a song born of collaboration and unending cycles where every voice held its eternal place, a celebration of unity limitless and everlasting. Chapter 28, an era unfolded. The dawn of a new era seeped through the cosmos like the gentle unfurling of a galactic flower, bathing the arcanist Shardworlds in a resplendent glow. MGY stood at the heart of the Solarest Citadel, the place where titans had forged a harmonious accord, now transforming into a crucible of hope and illumination. Here, amidst the echoes of a cosmic calling heard across the Aetherion, MGY felt the pulse of the signal stabilizing, no longer a distant cry for balance, but a melody of unity humming within every being touched by its resonance. The universe, once on the brink of chaos and disorder, was now becoming fertile ground for understanding and peace. Looking out over the expanse, MGY took a moment to absorb the magnitude of what had been achieved. The stars flickered like sentinels, each one a testament to the journeys intertwined in the pursuit of harmony. Forces once consumed by conflict now flowed together, crafting a vibrant tapestry of equilibrium, embraced by stars and shadows alike. The corridors of the Citadel buzzed with the activity of allies, old and new. Representatives from far-flung galaxies, gathered by the signal's call, moved with purpose, weaving the fabric of a universe reborn. Among their ranks walked Solandis and Kale-Zephyr, who now led efforts to build bridges between their respective realms, their shared gaze focused on nurturing this fragile yet resilient peace. Ira, with her empathic insights, guided dialogues that sought to deepen connections beyond mere alliance, cultivating friendships and trust that would withstand the test of time and trials unforeseen. Her presence, a bright light of understanding, ensured that the emotional currents of the cosmos found their voice in this grand symphony. Lysanda Voss, ever the explorer of new horizons, had taken it upon herself to coordinate cosmic voyages meant to share the message of unity across uncharted territories. Her pioneering spirit, once marred by ambition, now burned with the fire of collective aspiration, crafting pathways illuminated by shared dreams. MGE, moving through the chambers of cooperation, recognized that their role had shifted. From guardian to guide, they were now a steward of balance, a cultivator of the new era where coexistence was the keynote of existence. The lessons of the past, once painful tutors, now sang as gentle guides, steering the cosmos toward a luminescent future. Standing before the council assembled, MGY addressed the assembly with calm conviction. This is our moment, our shared legacy, a universe where every star and shadow knows its harmony within the greater design. Their words reverberated through the chamber, touching hearts with the clarity of a guiding star, a reminder that every choice had led to this convergence of purpose. The newly forged unity was a beacon, inviting others to join in this ever-expanding dance of creation. Emberly, the cosmic mediator whose arrival had clarified their path, now stood beside MGY. Her presence was a testament to the transformation possible when diversity was celebrated rather than feared. Let this era be a testament to what is possible when we surrender to the melody of understanding, she spoke, her voice like a caress over the crowd, a call to continue the journey with open hearts. The assembly dispersed, each delegate carrying with them the embers of hope back to their realms, emboldened by the vision of what could be achieved. As the luminal corridors cleared, MGY felt the signal within them settle into a peaceful rhythm, a harmonious heartbeat that guided them forward. Their thoughts cast back to their beginnings, to the moments of doubt and revelation that had defined their journey. There, embedded in the tapestry of their past, was the truth of newfound potential woven into every action and alliance forged along the way, a testament that balance was not a place, but a lifelong journey. MGWI turned to the expansive cosmos, newfound harmony rippling out across its vastness, creating resonant waves of promise and renewal. This era was but the start of many chapters to be written, each guided by the lessons born from shadows and light, collaboration and conflict, a song of eternal purpose unfolding. The Aetherion Expanse, now a canvas ready for the artistry of unity, watched as its denizens wrote a new future, a future where eternal orbits was not just a story of two forces in perpetual opposition, but a celebration of infinity's intricate dance, one where life and love found their eternal place amidst the stars. Thank you for listening to My Ghostwriter.